Hey, Zoe's still here. She's still here. She hasn't left us for another 5 weeks, or 3 months, or 2 years, however long it was. It felt very long, but she's here, we're here, you're here. It's going to be the most amazing 3 hours. A very good morning. My name is Graham Richards.
And I'm Zoe Brown. A very good morning to you. And you know what? I can't believe September is coming to an end, because as we continue to embrace what has been an incredible Heritage Month, we are also going to be celebrating it coming to a close with singer, songwriter and actor Yaki Low, who is, of course, created a single, and it is called When Africa Smiles.
I like the sound of that. Hopefully we will make you smile this morning. We've got 3 performances coming your way. Going to have a lot of fun this morning and obviously delve into a jam-packed roster. We've got a little bit of food. We've got a little bit of absolutely everything. And we're also going to be getting a lesson in Zulu this morning as well, which you want to stick around for. But I know one man right now, I know he is thinking hard, okay? He's got this look on his face. All he is thinking about is winning. Good morning, Mr. Raul Demorne. Show me the fire, man. Show me the fire, man.
Yes! She's talking about my SA champs. With 3 more days until we're leaving for that, so we are hoping for something special. I'm hoping for a really good achievement. And hey, speaking of hope, that's the question we got for you this morning. But before asking that question, let me introduce myself. My name is Raul Demorne. Mzansi, thank you once again for joining us on this beautiful Tuesday, or we call it Tuesday, and we are choosing you. Now, the question I was talking about earlier involves some hope. Obviously, with the end of the month coming close, it's almost there. The question to you is, what are you hoping to achieve by the end of this month, or actually more so next month, right? So put the question up, and you guys get to answer it on our social media channels. So come through. We've got YouTube spreading out throughout the world, right? We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter, we've got Instagram. We have everything. We're gonna crush it this morning, all right, guys? And you can join me in crushing it, and let us know what you're gonna crush and what you're hoping to achieve this month. But before we get into that, of course, Mzansi, thank you again for choosing us. And we're going to choose the news to start off the morning and then kick off into the rest of the magic. Have a beautiful one.
Thank you, Raul. Time to look at your national headlines. Large numbers of livestock and game were last night trapped between wildfires raging out of control between Douglas, Hopetown and Kimberley in the Northern Cape. The fire started on Saturday and jumped the N12 in several places. Farmers, workers and firefighters were trying desperately to quell the fires. Farmers are also hoping for rain. Large pieces of pasture has already been destroyed. This is the second devastating fire in the province since 1 September. Residents in the area say they have never experienced fires of this magnitude. Meanwhile, the Northern Cape Education Department has welcomed a decrease in COVID-19 infections at the schools in the province. There were only 97 new infections in the past week, which included 14 teachers, 80 learners and 3 support staff members. This after some 400 infections per week were reported a few weeks ago. A spokesperson for the department, Jeffrey van der Merwe, says all 555 public schools are currently open, which is a clear indication that the necessary systems are in place to ensure that the COVID-19 protocols are adhered to. And moving to news abroad, Ethiopian Orthodox Christians celebrating the Mescal Festival came together in the capital Addis Ababa this weekend after most of the faithful skipped last year's festivities due to the pandemic. It was the first big festival of the Ethiopian religious year, and according to the Orthodox Christian tradition, marks the finding of the cross that Jesus was crucified on. The highlight was the lighting of a bonfire in the center of Mescal Square, a huge public plaza in the heart of the capital. And then staying with news abroad, at least 1 person died when 9 were injured when a 6-magnitude earthquake hit the Greek island of Crete yesterday morning. The man was fatally injured when the dome of a church in the town caved in. People rushed out into streets when the earthquake struck. Civil protection authorities said many buildings had been damaged. Both Greece and Turkey sit on fault lines and earthquakes are common. The quake struck 23 kilometers northwest of the coastal village of Ari. And for centuries, the Kuna people of SA have passed on their stories through oral tradition. While they were the original inhabitants of the Cape region, colonization and the policy of apartheid imperiled their history. Moreover, the Kuna culture is being threatened by the loss of its heritage and language. Deirdre Yankees, an activist and producer, is now preserving Indigenous identity with the first Kuna in the animation Yankees web series. Stories in the Wind and Stories in die Wind, actually, that it is in Afrikaans, and Stories in the Wind in English, is the reviving pride in the culture for the youth. In her animation, illustrated by Dav Andrew and animated by Clinton Jones, she retells the Nama folktale of a girl who has been given her purpose to save her people and their land and livelihood through her ability to communicate with the rain. Available with Nama subtitles, the series illustrates the essential role these fables play in protecting culture. Yankee says, and I quote, "Just because the world around us is changing doesn't mean that we should forget about who we are." Well, on that very optimistic note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Let's hope the sport is good for you today.
Thank you so much. So let's start with football. Unfortunately, Percy Tau was the big name omitted from the Bafana squad to take on Ethiopia in October for their back-to-back 2022 World Cup qualifiers. The Al Ahly striker suffering a hamstring injury during the game against Ghana earlier this month and only returned to training on Friday this last week. Bruce has named almost the same side that played Zimbabwe away and the Black Stars at home. Gift, Lynx and Luther Singh were omitted from the final squad, though. Lynx misses out after a less than stellar appearance against Zimbabwe, while a passport issue involving Singh has seen the Copenhagen-based attacker left out as well. Bafana are currently top of Group C, and they'll play Ethiopia on the 9th and then again on the 12th of next month. Staying with football news, Manchester City, of course, eliminated PSG 4-1 on aggregate in last season's Champions League semi-finals, and the two sides are set to clash again in the group stages this time. So since their last meeting, of course, PSG have added Lionel Messi, Sergio Ramos, Gini Wijnaldum, Achraf Hakimi and Gianluigi Donnarumma, and will be a completely different prospect this time round. The French league leaders drew their opening game against Club Brugge on match day 1, while Man City, of course, beat Leipzig 6-3 in their 9-goal thriller. So other games to look out for: Liverpool travelling to Porto, AC Milan host Atletico Madrid, Ajax up against Besiktas and Real Madrid. They'll take on the newcomers Sheriff Tiraspol. Then on to cricket. Having seen Western Province and Southwestern Districts book their spots in the playoffs from Pool A, the Titans, Knights, Rhinos and the Tuskers will be hoping to book their spots in the latter stages as well when Pool B matches get underway later today. The Alan Donald coached Knights will begin their quest for the T20 title against the Titans. That's at 10 a.m. And the two sides are the favourites, undoubtedly, to advance from the pool. They're led by Piet van Biljoen and Dean Elgar, respectively, some powerhouse names. The afternoon match sees the Division 2 sides, Rhinos and Tuskers, clash at 2:30. Each team will play each other once, with the top two teams then advancing to the knockout rounds. Then on to rugby news. In the Rugby Championship, the organisers and Rugby Australia have officially apologised to Argentina. That after the Pumas were left out of a team captain's photo shoot. Argentinian coach Mario Ledesma said the side felt disrespected after photos of the Australian, New Zealand and South African captains were published, and Rugby Australia and the governing body SANZO have said a late travel change meant that Julian Montoya could not attend. SANZO said it was a communications breakdown and accepted full responsibility. So hopefully not too much egg on the face, but that's where we leave our sporting headlines. Right now, let's get a winner's perspective on our global weather and the temperatures here in South Africa.
Thank you so much, G, making me feel so good. Now, for a lot of you yesterday, you experienced some beautiful hot temperatures, but it might come as a warning too. Now, SA's climate is likely to become more extreme with implications for people's health and the economy. Now, a study by a PhD student at Pretoria University, Department of Geography, Geoinformatics and Meteorology has found that the country is experiencing more maximum temperature records than expected, and that this trend appears to be accelerating. Now, Charlotte McBride of the SA Weather Service had her paper, Trends in Probabilities of Temperature Records in the Non-Stationary Climate of South Africa, published in the International Journal of Climatology. Now, the paper was co-authored by study supervisor Andries Kruger of the SA Weather Service and co-supervisor Liesel Dyson, who's the Associate Professor of Meteorology at UP. Now, McBride's research supports a recently published report from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, which indicates that the climate outlook for Africa appears bleak in terms of the increased increasingly high probability of extreme maximum temperatures and heat waves projected to occur in the 21st century. A definite warning indeed. Now, from sizzling temperatures, we move to some hot sunrise images, and we've received via the Expresso Facebook page. And of course, Mzansi, we can't thank you enough for this. And we're starting off this morning with the long-standing viewer and friend of the show, Fatah Khan from Richards Bay, who captured yet another stunning sunrise coming up over the bay waters. Beautiful stuff indeed. And then Mahbouba Jacobs from Cape Town captured this picture-perfect pink sunrise over her area, and we are absolutely loving the hues in this photo. And again, can't thank you enough, Mzansi, for making us smile in the rest of the world, because we love seeing how you wake up in your part of the country. But now to move over to the temperatures across the country. We're starting off in Polokwane with a low of 15 and a high of 31 degrees. Mbombela starts the day on 18, moving up to 33 degrees maximum. In Pretoria, the day starts at 18, moving up to 31 degrees. And then in Johannesburg, your day starts at 16, moving up to 29 degrees Celsius. In Mahikeng, your low is 18 with a high of 34 degrees. In Klerksdorp, the day starts at 14 minimum with a maximum of 34 degrees Celsius. And another similar weather condition in Kimberley with a low of 13 and a high of 32 degrees Celsius. And then in Bloemfontein, you've got a low of 11 and a high of 31 degrees. And then in Richards Bay, some rain continues with 41% chance, a minimum of 17 and a high of 25 degrees Celsius. And in Pietermaritzburg, very similar conditions, 25% chance of cloud cover and potential rain, with 15 degrees being your minimum and a max of 24 degrees. And in Durban, very similar, with a minimum of 17 and a high of 24, with 25% chance of cloud cover. And then in Mthatha, expect some rainy potential there, with 60% chance coming through, a minimum of 12 and a 21% maximum. East London, very similar rainy conditions with 56% chance of rain, a minimum of 13 and a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius. And then moving over to Cradock, a low of 9 and a high of 24, with 25% chance of cloud cover coming through. In Gqeberha, less rain expected, only 17% chance of some cloud cover there, a minimum of 12 and a high of 19 degrees. In Georgia, day starts at 10, moving up to 17. And then moving down to Cape Town, a minimum of 14 and a high of 18 degrees. Worcester, your day starts at 8, moving up to 20 degrees Celsius. In Sutherland, still relatively chilly with a start of 4 degrees, moving up to 18 maximum for the day. And then last but not least, Uppington starts the day at 15, moving up to a maximum of 29 degrees Celsius. Now, of course, the weather is warming up, and of course, you might want to get some of those tropical looks going. So we might need your help right now, because Zoe is trying to figure out what to wear. Let's help her.
I need help. I can't go through the show in a black tee and some denims. I need some resort wear. An American-British author, Henry James, said, "Summer afternoon has always been the two most beautiful words in the English language," and I have to agree. There is nothing better than that holiday feeling, and to also make your clothing do the talking. But this is where I need your help. I have two beautiful summer outfits to choose from, and they are both from Woolworths, and this is where Tuesday comes into play, because you need to help me decide. So option one is this stunning strappy jumpsuit. It is cut from an airy viscose with a very fun, gorgeous print, and it's also got a shirred waistband and a wide leg construction, so it will really singe in at the hip, but the wide leg will be super duper flattering. So that's option one. Then we're moving on to option number two over here, which is this tiered camisole cut from an airy yarn with a stunning print, which is paired with these really cute high-rise, and these are paper bag denim shorts. I'm going to show you now how they are. Aren't these just the cutest? So these are two super adorable outfits. I need your help to choose. So are we going to go for option one, the jumpsuit, or option two, the paper bag shorts with a very cute tiered top? Well, why don't you head on over to our social media, cast your vote if you want to see me get ready in one of these incredible looks. And of course, you can shop all of these looks in Woolworths safely in store, online, and as well as on the Woolies app.
A promise to the planet, to tread lightly, to act with care, to think of the future, to appreciate nature, to shop more sustainably. Woolworths, the difference.
Oh, you can make my day.
Strap yourself in to this hand-built 5-liter sedan. An engineering marvel that could drive your spend into the red. Accelerating your lifestyle beyond your means. In this world of chasing status, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are live with Expresso, and your timing is I know I say that every time, but your timing really is good because you are in time for a treat. Now, the last time we caught up with singer, songwriter, and actor, he's an underachiever, Yaki Lo on Expresso, was back in 2017. That is a lifetime ago. And since then, he has gone on to become an even bigger household name, certainly within the Afrikaans entertainment industry here. We love him. Over his career, he has starred in 5 films. He's released 4 live DVDs and 12 full-length albums, the latest of which, the Yaki Lo Band, brings us his vibrant single, When Africa Smiles. Let's set the tone right now with a little snippet. Take a look.
Hear the drums, hear the night, and the heartbeat, the fire lights, I can feel you. When Africa smiles, Sawubona, good morning, Kunjani, can you feel it? When Africa smiles,
I challenge you not to move. Let's give Yaki Lo a warm, feel-good welcome! My brother, welcome back.
Thanks, man. It's nice to be back.
You got all dressed up for us.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. You look like you're having the best time ever.
Yeah.
Never mind that we've had 18 months of the craziest time
Yeah.
within the industry. I feel it's almost obligatory that I've got to check in before we even talk about anything. How are you, dude? 2017, it feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah, it's long ago. It's pre-COVID, so we were still doing festivals, touring 200 shows a year.
Yeah.
I was going to Brisbane, Australia. I was doing tours there. I was actually there when I said, okay, things are happening.
And that's where they're constantly wondering why the Yaki Lo Band must die. Die, Yaki Lo Band in Australia. Absolutely brilliant new music, great vibe, great sound. Every artist I've spoken to, from those like Adam Duritz, based in the UK now, from Counting Crows, everyone has had the opportunity, a bit of breathing room to work on new music. What was this process like for you from a creative perspective? Did you find that it gave you a bit of breathing room to actually get creative, work on new material?
Absolutely. It's a time to sit down again, like the old days, write the songs that you want to write, you know, focus on what you want to focus on. And actually, this song I wrote with my friend Harem Koopman, we were sitting together and says, what do we want to say to the people? We want to tell the people, it's time to smile again, man. You know, it's becoming spring now. It's becoming summer. We must smile again and learn each other to smile again.
I love that. And maybe we are having the gift of hindsight now. We can see the silver lining. We can see those opportunities to get creative. How different was this creative process, and what was the vibe? Because I know with an album, you wanted to have a feel and a theme, a narrative throughout, but it's still got to sell as well. You've got to find that balance. What was the vibe for this album?
Okay, so the reason why it's the Yaki Lo Band, there's a certain flavor to the band. It's a Cape Town-based band. I found Hiram and says, I want the best musicians that you know to work on one album. I want to go to this studio in Stellenbosch because it's got a flavor. So the whole vibe is, if I ever take this song and I take it overseas, I'll take it to New York City, I'll take this band with me. Like Bruce Springsteen's got the...
Did you hear that, guys? You're going overseas, eh?
Going overseas.
Got that.
So basically, like Bruce Springsteen's got the E Street Band. It's got a certain kind of flavor. And the Yaki Lo Band, these guys does the music the closest to what I hear the music as I write it. Yes, exactly, envisioned it,
When Africa Smiles. How good is it to be able to exorcise the demons with a tune like this? How much of your own process work and this cathartic kind of energy, because that's what it feels like. It feels like a deep, big breath after the storm. How good is it to be able to express yourself through that kind of music and work through your own stuff and have that release? It's
fantastic. You know, it's the first English song that I've brought out in a very long time. So basically, the song is written in Afrikaans, English, and Zulu. So it's for everybody. I've got to tell, I can't just write in one language. I've got to write in 3 languages. It's very nice to give this message of hope to everybody and tell them, look, everything's going to be all right, okay? Just remember who's in control of this world we're living in, okay? So everything's going to be okay. So let's just smile, and we can't see the smiles anymore because we've got masks. So now we can
It's on
feel
video,
it.
yeah. How do you wrap your head around a new album? In the conventional sense, you would record the album and you'd tour the album.
Yeah.
Can you tour the album? How do you tour the album?
Sure.
What's on the cards for the next few months in terms of getting out there and connecting? Because your fans, they want to see you perform.
Yeah,
live,
absolutely.
man.
So we are touring. I did get in Manus, the Well Festival this weekend. I'm going back to Pretoria tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. We're doing gigs in Pretoria. We're going to Tanin. We're going all over the show. But it's not big crowds yet. We've smaller crowds for pandemic, but it's you've got to tour the album, you're correct, but you don't sell the album anymore.
Yeah.
You tell them, go to Spotify, go to Apple Music, go check it out, download please.
Incidentally, it's available for download now. If you go to all leading online streaming services, it's there. Obviously, we're reveling in the fact that we get to celebrate our heritage. And maybe, as you quite clearly pointed out, we need more reasons to celebrate right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
You chose to do something really special, performing with the learners of Last School Constantia Park. What was that like? What did they bring and what was the reaction like?
It was awesome. It was all the kids was on the rugby field. They're doing moves. And if you check there, I'm standing, actually, my 2 daughters are standing left and right from me. Linka and Cara. Hello, Yella. So
Papa's trots op jou.
Oh, they're dancing, and it's such a blessing. The kids are just so happy, and they're outside, they're doing moves, and I'm learning them Zulu, everything in the one song, so it's all good, yeah.
You're playing your part for our cultural heritage, my friend.
Yes, we must do that.
What are you going to be performing for us today?
Okay, so we're going to be playing When Africa Smiles. I've got Harm Koopman is here with me today. He's one of the songwriters that plays saxophone. And then we're doing 2 other songs as well. One song is called Droom met oop oë. It's about a friend of mine that's basically kinderhuiskind aangeneem. And it's just, if you got kids, and you will understand what I'm trying to say in this song. Droom met oop oë, vlieg hoor as die wind. You want to give them everything in this world. And the other song is a bit of a comedy song. You remember, I've got a song way back called 3 Pikke Wyne 15 years ago. That was a big hit for me. And the new song is called Wie nie snor nie skoor nie.
It's going to go viral, I have no doubt. Yaki, so good to have you here.
Oh, cool.
Just from the sound check, I think you're going to infuse a beautiful energy this morning. So thanks for coming so well turned out. You know, we appreciate it at 5:30 in the morning. And he was here at 5:30 this morning because he's a pro. You can stick around, Yakilo, performing some new music just for you this morning. Don't move a muscle.
Oh, well, listen, Tuesdays used to be one of the most useless days of the week. Now we have the most fun with it because we also get to not only celebrate Tuesday, but Travel Tuesday. And today we are visiting the birthplace of pizza, pasta, and espressos, that is Italy. Now, coffee has played a huge role in Italian culture ever since coffee landed in Venice over 450 years ago, which blows my mind. And many names of famous coffees have their origin in Italy, including espresso, ristretto, macchiato, as well as cappuccino. But while the country is best known for its short, sharp espressos, a new wave of coffee is definitely taking shape.
It is indeed. So now to celebrate the new wave of specialty coffee in espresso has created the limited edition Espresso Millennio. Now the name macchiato, right, means stained or marked. And I thought this was quite an interesting story. And also, it's quite interesting that we're getting so into Travel Tuesday. You've got a look coming through.
Yes.
We've got some beautiful inspiration coming from our blend here, but listen to this. Now, when espressos were served in Italian coffee shops, right, some customers liked it with a little bit of milk, and they didn't used to have that in the past. Now, cappuccinos were only drunk in the morning, and there was like flat, that was the normal thing. But waiters wanted to show the difference between a regular espresso and one with milk. So baristas added a little foam on top to show waiters which is which, and that's exactly what we're going to do right now, right?
Yes.
So you got the espresso port.
I have an espresso there, and I'm just going to add a little bit of hot milk for us, because that is what they used to do to just differentiate between the macchiatos and the cappuccinos.
I like this. I'm feeling like I'm already traveling overseas. And one thing that I also love about this limited edition flavor, it's got a beautiful flavor profile, right? So it's got this Brazilian and Colombian Arabica to it. And the blend with coffees is also from India, right? So what they're using is a split roast. It's Indian beans that are roasted separately. Dark and short Arabicas are then roasted at lower temperatures. And that's where you get the short, beautiful flavor flavor profile right here. And Mzansi, let me tell you, oh, it's a well-rounded, intense coffee with a little bit of some, I don't know, some spicy notes on that. I don't know what you're getting from this.
I'm loving the fragrances I'm getting from it. I'm about to taste. You can tell me how, in terms of strength. I mean, I think first thing in the morning, you want your coffee to give you a nice kick.
One thing people talk about is that the coffee sometimes may be a bit too acidic in the morning. For this, it's got a nice fine balance. So that acidity is sitting right at the good spot. And then there's some hints of fruit here as well, too. I mean, what a way to start the day,
Oh my
right?
goodness, Steve, we get to travel in the comfort of our own home, all thanks to a lovely cup of coffee. So I'm making mine now. I've got my espresso, adding a bit of hot milk.
Oh, this is good. I think G's going to be a little bit jealous of this one. G, we've got to make another one for him. We'll sort you out in a bit. And Mzansi, we're sorting out for the rest of the day because,
We
of
ran
course,
out of cups. Sorry.
the magic
No
is...
coffee for G.
No coffee for you, G. The magic's going to continue. We'll see you in a bit, guys. Cheers.
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 With every cup, we cultivate some of the finest coffee in the world, celebrating farmers as artists, elevating every coffee moment. Because with every cup, precious coffee preserves the beauty of our world. Nespresso, what else?
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are live with Expresso. Just heard a sound check. Yakilo and the Yakilo band are here and they're sounding amazing. Some brand new music just for you. But it's a new season. Long, lazy days outdoors call for summer-ready styles to make new memories. And of course, and earlier Zoe asked you guys at home to help her choose between two beautiful, quite different summer looks from Woolworths. So let's take a look at some of what you guys had to say. And Zoe, get in here, girl. Let's see what the people have chosen. Sorry, I'm out of breath because I had a little dance. I was sockeying, Yaki was playing, and it was just great. But let's see what the people have to say about your two beautiful outfits. So Laurel Mills saying option one, for sure. Which was option one? Was it the shorts or the dress?
Option one was the jumper. Our jumpsuit, yes.
Because they're both gorgeous, both really cute. Amitha saying shorts and top. Marcel Merrick saying top of the morning, the Expresso Morning Show, SABC3, and everyone's watching via the Africa channel, and the United States, and they really are watching, so we welcome you as well. Number one is for my friend Zoe Bound. Go, Zoe, go!
Thank you. Well, you know what? On our picture, option 1 was actually the shorts, and I think that's the one that's leading because
seems
even
shorts and
Berlin
tops.
says shorts and top, please.
Lisa
saying
Sotana.
definitely going with option 1 to start off a beautiful day. So it seems like, let's see if there's more comments going up.
Option 2 for you today, Zoe. It's spring after all.
True.
Sally Ann West Graham saying good morning, number 2. Fuma saying number 1 will look good on me. I like it. That's the whole idea. You're supposed to imagine it on yourself. Amanda Lee Punty saying good morning. Option 2 would look great on you, Zoe. Hashtag Expresso show. It seems pretty much stuck down the middle. I think we're going to need an official ruling here.
like
Is it
a
option
tie.
1? Is it the shorts and the cute little top? Or is it option 2, the jumper dress effort? And the official ruling is the shorts and summer top have won it. Congratulations, little shorts. What you call these newspaper?
No,
what do you call
paper
it?
bag.
Paper bag.
Paper bag shorts.
Ah, I get that.
Cute, you know, like a
Very
little brown paper bag, and it's cute. You put your sweets in there.
Yeah, very sweet. Gorgeous. Are you happy with the choice?
I'm very happy. Listen, you can't go wrong with the gorgeous resort wear options that Woolies have on available. So I love that I get to bring a bit of fun, playful floralness through this top. And of course, the jumper is super duper cute as well. So, I mean, I
fine
love
either
all
way,
the looks.
yeah.
I think we'll make our way through all of the looks throughout the week.
I like this. Also, you can dress it up with some heels, a little bit of glam, and it suddenly becomes a little bit more chic, or you can dress it down with some flats. Absolutely beautiful.
There we go.
Y'all did a good job. Well done. You can, of course, shop this season's amazing trending colours and these beautiful prints for the whole family at Woolworths, available in-store, online, or on the amazing Woolies app. Go and check it out.
A promise to the planet to tread lightly, to act with care, to think of the future, to appreciate nature, to shop more sustainably. Woolworths, the difference.
Well, thank you, Mzansi. I think you chose a good one there now while Zoe gets her summer look on. Let's get our summer bodies in shape. Now, we're talking about the push-up right now, and it's probably one of the most basic but effective moves for strength and conditioning. Now, this exercise trains the muscles in your chest, your shoulders, the triceps, the abs even, and we've got a specialist in the building. Man, he's strong, he's fit, he's here to serve us. We've got fitness trainer Danielle Hendricks, who's going to run through some of the best push-up variations and throw in some ab exercises because, of course, Mzansi, if you've seen the weather on our reports, summer's coming. Danielle, oh man,
morning.
Looking good, you're looking fit, you're looking like one of those oaks there when I see in the alleyway or I see in the sport field. I don't know what I should do. I should just hold on tight. You got that rugby swag, but I'm so keen to find out how you put that power into the test, into the making, and maybe some exercises you can share with us this morning, man.
Let's start with some exercises, but obviously we want to get the juices flowing.
Yeah.
Let's go in a plank position.
All right.
So there we go. So instead of just a basic plank,
Yeah.
let's do some variation into it. Let's go side to side for 30 seconds.
Okay, and I like how you make it look so easy as well. Now I'm feeling it also on the side of those obliques. That's like those Levi line muscles
So you
as well,
want to
right?
get that small definition basically going.
Oh, I'm here for this. Mzansi, you want to get involved in this one. Summer is going to get you sorted with these exercises. Let me ask you a question, Daniel. How many sort of reps or how long would you do
So
this?
basically I'll do this for 30 seconds depending on the mood.
Okay.
And if you feel like you want to go up a bit, let's go for 60 seconds basically.
Okay, all right. Yo, I can feel that 60 seconds will definitely kill you. I will be doing the whole thing because I want to hear and see more of the awesome
So
exercises you've got
now
for
that we've
us.
got the juices flowing, so we can do a bit of a mountain climber basically.
Okay.
To get let's keep it there, and then we go there, up.
Ooh, so it's nice and low. A little bit of a push-up involved in this one
Exactly.
as well.
Once we want to do full body workout.
Oh, okay. I noticed normal mountain climbers just stimulating the shoulders. This one,
Lekker.
feeling that stimulation in the chest quite a bit, and I've never actually done that. I love that variation. Getting better bang for your buck there, right?
Exactly.
Burning more calories at the same time, too.
Exactly.
Daniel in the building, man. Nice stuff. All right. What's the next one, bro?
So now that we've got the juices flowing basically,
Yeah.
we're gonna go to the upper body.
Okay.
So this one I call the pyramid.
Okay,
Push-up
I'm like,
pyramid.
wait, hang on. You're getting set up here like something mad.
So
about
you
that, but
you gotta get ready, okay? So
Okay.
we're gonna keep it here.
All right.
Not too far from the shoulders, okay?
Okay.
So we're gonna work 6, 4, and 2. So we work our way
6,
down.
4, and 2. Okay.
That is 12 reps basically.
Okay, yes.
So that is one set.
Okay.
So you wanna do 3 of those.
All right, let's start
But when
with
you
the
come
6.
up,
Okay.
you do this like lateral raises basically.
Okay, so working the delts as well a little
Exactly.
bit. All right, so take me through it nice and slow.
Let's go.
Just so Mzansi can follow along as well.
One.
And then I can also cheat and catch my breath. So 6 wide push-ups,
Yeah,
right?
basically.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Up.
Right? Up.
1, 2, 3,
3.
4. Come on.
All right, now I'm feeling this. This
Let's
is
go.
like
Let's
cardio
go.
in here as well.
Let's go. 4. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. Up you go.
Come on, boys.
1,
Come on, boys.
2,
Feels like I'm trying to compete
4.
with this
Let's
guy.
go.
I
Let's
can't
go.
keep up.
Let's go. 1, 2. 1, 2. Well done.
I love it though, man. I love that. Mzansi, that's so simple. No equipment needed whatsoever,
No,
right?
basically-
I feel like I'm pumped. I feel like I've done a little bit of cardio as well.
In the
the
comfort.
core is working, the delts, the upper body. I think we're going to do that challenge again one more time. Mzansi, I want you to get off the couch now. Let's try this again. So what was it? 6,
6, 4, and 2.
And 2. All right. Take a breath.
It's like a
Get off the
pyramid,
couch.
basically. So you're walking away.
I like that. Take a breath, get off the couch, breathe, all right? And come join us now. We're gonna do this together. Mzansi, 6, 4, 2. I'm not gonna race him, I'm gonna try and keep up with him because I can't beat this guy. All right, you ready for this?
Let's go, buddy.
Let's go. 6.
Okay, so
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Up you go.
Come on, Mzansi, stick with us now. We got this. 3, 4, 5, 6. All right,
Let's go.
we get to
4,
4,
buddy.
all right?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Easy,
Woo.
guy.
This is Daniel Power for you in the morning, Tuesday, people.
Let's pump him
and
2.
2 more. Let's go. 1, 2.
Up you go.
And up again. 1, 2.
Lekker.
Absolutely love it, man. That was beautiful stuff. I'm definitely feeling the pump, and now we've got the heart pumping. It's time to find out the best way to feed this body. Let's get into it, guys. Nice stuff, brother. That was awesome, man.
Cheers, man.
Woo.
Yep, we got to put back in what you take out during those training sessions. An opportunity now to whip up something truly delicious and, yes, very nutritious this morning. And if you're scared of baking, maybe this is a good entry-level recipe to help get you more accustomed with creating in the kitchen. And of course, tomorrow, believe it or not, is World Heart Day, and the focus is on reducing poor health habits that increase our risk of heart disease. We know that heart disease is, yes, the #1 killer on the planet, and diet plays a massive role, and sometimes we get the meals correct, but the snacking not 100%. So we're going to try and adjust that. Our crushed cranberry and walnut muffins sound amazing, look amazing, and certainly smell amazing, and they offer a healthier solution when that sweet tooth craving kicks in. Best served with a beautiful full glass of 100% crushed goodness. I'm going to need someone to come and cook along with me. Ryle, I tried to give you a long preamble there to catch your breath, dude. That was quite intense, eh?
That made me work, man, and I think it's such an awesome way to get your pump on. Quick
I was going to
sticks.
say, that was like the pre-Friday night pump, eh? Before you go out and
You know
with
when you want
the boys.
that nice cut on the buys before you go out, you don't want to impress the
100%, man.
ladies.
You hold your drink, yeah?
That's the perfect thing to do.
That's the angle we're going to be
Get one
doing,
of
man.
those, please.
So we're going to introduce 100%
Yes.
goodness to this. Can I ask you, buddy, because I'm already parched, I'm sure you are. Can
Yes.
you get that crush there?
Oh, the big
Swing
one,
it
yes.
over. And then you're going to be on the wet ingredients station,
Okay.
and I'm going to be on the dry ingredients station.
So what have we got here? Some
I've got to
milk,
keep you.
vanilla-
we've got milk. We've got our
vanilla
crush,
essence. We've got our
cranberry
beautiful
flavour,
crushed cranberry flavor, and 2 eggs, right?
and 2 eggs, buddy. So
Okay.
you're going to start mixing all of those wet ingredients
right.
together. You're going to use. We essentially for this, I thought I'd make it impossible, mathematically impossible for you. We
safety
need a
first. Let me pour
third
one of
of a
these on.
cup of our crush, okay? And I've given you a quarter of a cup measurement there. So
Okay.
just
Thank
that
you.
plus a little bit, a smidgen, I'm
all
going
right,
to
I
call
got
it,
you.
a smidgen.
What are
That's-
you up to on that side there,
that's
G?
you. I'm going to be mixing the dry ingredients together. Then, like the perfect on-screen couple that we are, we'll merge and we'll create our beautiful
I like
muffins.
that. Let me pop in the hero ingredient right now. I think I might drink the rest of this because it smells like summer. I'm not gonna lie.
So refreshing.
Eh?
And of course, with 100% goodness from Crush, you get 100% fruity, tasty goodness in a glass, and it is the perfect pairing for these muffins. It really, really is. And of course, we're going to be adding the walnuts and the cranberries. They are 2 superfoods that support heart health properties amongst a whole host of benefits. So this is a great way to start looking after your heart and enjoy it in the process. And if you can't find yourself any dried cranberries, simply just use crushed cranberry juice or a combination of both, just like we are doing for this particular recipe. And then, of course, using the bran wheat that I'm going to be using now as the base for my dough. The fiber content of these muffins is really high, and we know that fiber plays a big role in heart health as a preventative measure. It also helps to lower the cholesterol levels in our body where risk might be present. Okay, so that's looking good, dude. And the vanilla essence we mixed in there as well.
Yes, we did do that.
That looks perfect. Okay, so I'm going to mix together the dry ingredients. I've got our whole wheat flour here because we want these to be like really dense, roughage-filled
And
muffin.
also some extra good carbs. I mean, after a workout like that, or after just any sort of workout, this is quite a cool post-workout treat, right?
Yeah,
I see some
completely,
good nutrition coming in here. I see some cranberries, some vitamins, some good fats, and of course, all the good stuff coming through from our crush as
A
well.
little bit of baking powder
Nice.
and netsu biki
What is that, salt?
salt.
It's always weird when you put like something like salt into a cakey thing.
It's all about balance. I've learned more and more, and you'll probably feel the same. Working alongside like the Clems of this world, you start to pick up these little nuances of
Yes,
what it is. And
yes.
it's not so much the saltiness, but rather that the salt activates what's
Yes.
going on there. Okay, so
You actually do pay attention,
I
eh?
try, bro. It lasts about 3 seconds. I managed to get some flour all over everything. All right, buddy, I'm ready for my wet
So wet
ingredients.
is coming in.
I've made a little moat in the middle.
To your side. Okay, I'll pop it in.
You can just throw them.
Made a nice wall in the middle there
Yeah.
as well. Sure,
I don't know
Chef
if that's
Clem
what you're
would be
supposed
very
to,
impressed, eh?
supposed to do, but and we want, I am told, quite a sticky dough. It's like quite a wet dough for this one. Mm-hmm. You want to mix it through, and then the last step we'll fold in our walnuts and our cranberries.
All right, so you don't do that until the end, and you could also maybe even use it just like right at the end before it even like gets to that full bake, like a little sprinkling on the top,
Yeah.
a healthy sprinkling of the good stuff.
Yeah, that's looking good, hey?
How's that going?
Might be
Nice,
a little
G.
bit more wet. Maybe give me a tiny bit more of that cranberry there, dude.
Tiny bit more cranberry. Must I pop it straight in?
Yeah,
here?
just put
Are
a
you being
tiny
naughty,
little-
eh?
Yeah. We want the cranberry. That's perfect, bro. Perfect.
There we go.
And of course, you can find this recipe on expressoshow.com. Okay, it's starting to look good.
Liking your work. I'm seeing you're also getting a nice pump here as
Yeah,
well. So
man.
get the whole family involved in this one, and everybody can get a little bit of a workout, making that dough spread before you're getting into the tray.
Okay, and then that is the hard work done, literally.
that
now
it?
I'm going to fold in our
Cranberries and
cranberries and our walnuts, and what you're going to do is portion it off. I wouldn't make these too big because they're quite dense.
Do
you know?
they like
They're gonna expand. Well, you can go over there and you can taste the finished product, my friend.
nice.
We're gonna pop
Yeah.
these in the oven, 180 degrees for about 15, 20 minutes. Just keep a look. I suppose you want a nice caramelization on the top. And buddy, you have earned the right.
Thank you, G.
Smash it.
Appreciate this.
I love you, man. So much I love you. So I'll
Nice
bake for you.
crunch on the outside. Goodness on the inside. Getting a little bit of that cranberry coming through as well.
Hey, the
done,
essence,
man.
the essence of 100% crush.
Earned it. Cheers, brother.
You did 100% earn it.
Thank
you
you.
can find this recipe on expressoshow.com along with all of our culinary inspiration. This one, a perfect prelude to World Heart Day, which is tomorrow. There are little changes you can make that can go a long, long way into protecting your heart.
Yes, bring the family. 100%. Your cousin's coming over. Get the crush and I'll get the ice.
The whole family.
More Crush Milk, 100% refreshing, 100% goodness.
Made with love by Clover.
Oh, you can make my day.
Simple as CBD should be.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Sineke nomusaku yisintu sethu.
Welcome back. As we continue, I know Heritage Day is behind us, but we are continuing to celebrate the beautiful culture, the wealth of cultural heritage that we have here in South Africa through the love of language this Heritage Month, through isiZulu, and more specifically, the most widely spoken home language in the country. And Melusi Shabalala, the founder of Melusi's Everyday Zulu initiative, a man who is using various platforms to teach people isiZulu, connects with us now to tell us a bit more about the coolest work that he's doing at the moment. Melusi, a very good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Great to connect with you so bright and early, and I'm really so proud of the kind of work that you're doing, because it's approaching language from a whole different standpoint. So Melusi's Everyday Zulu is a Facebook page that has now gone viral due to the daily kind of witticisms, if I can call it that, and the teachings of Zulu words, and most importantly, the concepts and the culture behind it. How did this initiative start? Where did the page begin?
Well, at the beginning, it was really just me having fun with my language, sharing my language with people. It wasn't a teaching thing. And in fact, it wasn't even called Melusi's Everyday Zulu. It was just me posting a word and a story that brings that word to life and breaks it down and helps people have fun with the words. But then people started following it, and then I changed it a bit, and it became more of a teaching thing than it had initially been.
And it's the start of something brilliant, my friend. You've also now authored Melusi's Everyday Zulu, the book. You've obviously been able to capitalize on the opportunity to introduce people to the language that you clearly love. Tell us about the synergy between the platforms for learning that you've created. What's the overall goal here? What do you hope to achieve with it?
You know, like I said, in the beginning, it was just me having fun with my language. And then obviously it gained momentum. And in 2018, I published a book. And in 2019, I set up an online portal, everyday.zulu.co.za, that actually gives video-based formal beginner lessons. So whereas with the Facebook page, it's just one word, and the same with the book, it's just one word and a story, everyday.zulu.co.za is actually a proper isiZulu curriculum, but still carrying the same tonality as the Facebook page and the book.
Hey, man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think people love the fact that there is humor injected into it as well, but we get context for these words. So I understand, obviously, now that you share one Zulu word, then you accompany that with a fun, very often tongue-in-the-cheek explanation of it. What's the word of the day today?
Well, today, I mean, you know, you're looking at Heritage Month, and so the word for today is Inyanga.
Inyanga.
Yeah, Inyanga is a month, right? So Inyanga, that's September, or Heritage Month. But Inyanga is also a medicine man, as well as the moon.
Wow. So how do you explain that in a story? How do you get the new initiates like myself to fully understand the nuance? Because Zulu language is quite a nuanced language as well. So what's the story accompanying Inyanga today?
So the story would be around you know, the medicine man who traveled to the moon once a month, right? So and then I'll build a story, a ridiculous story around that. So it would be Inyanga went to Inyanga every Nyanga.
You know, all that's going to happen now is my 4-year-old boy, when I recount this story to him tonight, when I tell him his bedtime story, he's going to look at me like, what are you talking about, Dad? But I love it. You make it accessible to people, to parents especially, and there are so many of us that are wanting to see the nuance, the culture of these beautiful languages that we get to share, kind of live on through another generation. But you've taken that a step further. Now, people can actually get a certificate of their isiZulu proficiency through your online course that you run. What was that process like, kind of taking the step up from making it a colloquial, fun Facebook page, as you say, to an actual language resource?
So just to clarify, there is no certificate, even though the curriculum is based on a professional, proper curriculum. I worked with an isiZulu educator, so she's the one who helped me move from it just being a fun thing and really formalize it. So at this moment, though, you cannot get a certificate, even though the beginner course is valid.
It's just around the corner, my friend. Who knows, possibly within the next Inyanga, we might have that certificate, but you're not going to have to wait an Inyanga before we get to learn a little bit more Zulu, and who knows, we might have a very special Inyanga stepping into studio to help teach us. I want you guys to stay with us. We'll be learning some new words in isiZulu in just a bit. Don't wait a whole Inyanga before you tune in and start learning something new.
Oh, ngiyabonga, Graham. It's time now for us to also look at social media. As the new month approaches, we want to know from you, what is something you hope to achieve? And this is what you had to say. Mafanki says, morning Expresso family, to complete my degree, public management. Well, all the best with that. Also, it seems like a little WhatsApp chat is popping up here. Then also we have Linda saying, find a job so that I can support my daughter. There we go. Let's see if there are any other more comments coming through. Ooh, Liam, ooh, why are you sending us messages? And then Nomvula says, next month it's my birthday and hopefully to be financially stable. There we go. Well, early happy birthday to you. And then Tanu says, morning, my family, Expresso family, getting a better job with no stress at month end. Well, there we go. Gary Orcom sharing, I'm coming to Cape Town on the 20th of October, so I'm hoping to be invited to the studio for coffee. Oh, he's one of our regulars on your Feel Good Breakfast show when it comes to sharing those gorgeous sunrise photos with us. But please head on over to our social media. You never know if your messages might pop up on our screen, but do go and tell us, what are you hoping to achieve as the new month approaches?
Join Expresso this spring to stand a chance of winning a 4,000 Rand Clascon voucher weekly as we ask how you color your life. Is it the cherry red in your ride, maybe the burst of new blues from your garden, or the sunsets and seascapes of a favorite getaway? Well, answer our weekly social media question and find the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. Then color your life with 4,000 Rand paint vouchers to be won all spring on Expresso.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Yes, we're just talking about gaming devices, and it's time for my child to start learning. It's also what I love, a beautiful time in my child's life where he picks up languages so much better than I do. So I've invited my other, useless language person here, and we are going to learn today. We are continuing our celebration of Heritage Month on the show with an incredible individual, Malusi Shabalala, the founder of Malusi's Everyday Zulu Initiative, a man who is using various platforms to teach people the beautiful nuances of isiZulu. So he connects with us right now to hopefully teach us a few words. I say it with all due respect, man. But, you know,
you're right though, G.
Malusi, we're going to try. We're going to try as hard as we can. We are very eager students, and we love your platform, my brother. So we want to learn a couple of words. So maybe you can give us a few words, and then please, as you do, put them into context. So I don't know, maybe give us 3 words that we can learn this morning.
All right, cool. Because it's you know, your show is during breakfast time, and I can see there you've got a cup of tea.
Yeah.
The word that I'm going to give you is isinkwa.
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 Yeah, isinkwa. Isinkwa is bread, right? Because bread goes with breakfast. And the story that I tell around isinkwa, I think it's in the book or on the Facebook page, is around the fact that, you know, when the Christians arrived in Africa, in South Africa, they told us to pray, you know, thank you, God, for our daily bread. And then the same people turn around and tell us isinkwa is bad for us because it's got gluten. So we're going, what?
Oh, look,
No,
I
so
don't
should
think
we change
isinkwa's
it a
bad.
little bit?
Because I'm going to be honest with you, man. I am very obsessed with the Zulu culture, the tradition, the people.
The strength.
And the gents are just powerhouses, man. Isinkwa is like deep in the pies. One day in Germany, these folks just turn into warriors, bro.
Like monsters. Isinkwa. Okay, I love that. First word down. What more have you got for us? Give us another word.
Okay, so the next one is isihlahla.
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 Isihlahla, yes.
We just don't sound as sexy when we say it.
Yeah,
I don't know,
why
just...
do you sound so much cooler than she and I?
I do this every day, man.
Got that bass, man. Okay, so contextualize the word for us.
Isihlahla is what's behind me, a tree. Right? Isihlahla. But another word for it is umuti.
Umuti.
Umuti, yes. Which is also medicine, but which is also potion. So you could use a love potion, love umuti, to make sure that the woman in your life never leaves you. But that's terrible. Don't do that.
No, but I'm getting married next year. I'm all for that, man. Isihlahla. Baby, what's this? Isihlahla. Umuti. Umuti. I love it, man. Okay, I dig that, man. 3 very useful words. Give us our third word.
Our third word is umoya.
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 Umoya, yes.
Umoya.
Okay, and contextualize that for us.
Okay, so umoya is air, it's wind, it's a gas, right? So anything gaseous is umoya. However, it's also your spirit, right? So if you're feeling down, it's umoya wako that feels down, right? Umoya. So for instance, people who watch your show do so to uplift umoya in the morning, right? So that you start your day with umoya that's feeling good and positive and energized.
Print that on a t-shirt,
like
man.
that, yeah.
Umoya. I love it. Buddy, you are doing an amazing job. I can't believe how much traction you have gained just by your love of your culture and your language and how people are embracing that. So keep fighting the good fight. I have a feeling one day you're going to be like heading up a university teaching isiZulu to the entire globe.
Yes.
And the whole world has gone online and you've got that tool at your fingertips. So keep fighting the good fight, my brother. What an absolute pleasure connecting with you this morning. Thank you so much.
Enjoy your isinkwa.
Yeah, I'm certainly going to...
Let your umoya.
Thank you for having me.
So, man, an absolute legend there. Malusi's Everyday Zulu Initiative available on Facebook, and it's now gone legit. It's an online portal where you can actually become competent learning isiZulu, but I think more importantly, you can learn about the nuance of the culture and it's funny. It's really funny. The anecdotal stories are brilliant. You'll love it. Go and embrace it.
Ngiyabonga, Graham. Time for your national headlines. A new organization, the Religious Forum Against COVID-19, has been launched in KwaZulu-Natal. The forum wishes to address the concerns some religious groups have raised around COVID-19 vaccinations. A member of the interfaith collaboration, Ashwan Trikamji, says they wish to address vaccine hesitancy and to encourage South Africans to get vaccinated. Meanwhile, the Anglican Archbishop of Southern Africa, Thabo Makgoba, has confirmed that vaccination will be mandatory for Anglican clergy. This after the provincial synod earlier passed a resolution that its clergy should be vaccinated. And staying with local news, large numbers of livestock and game were last night trapped between wildfires raging out of control between Douglas, Hopetown and Kimberley in the Northern Cape. The fires started on Saturday and jumped the N12 in several places. Farmers, workers and firefighters are trying desperately to quell the fires. Farmers are also hoping for rain. Large pieces of pastures have already been destroyed. This is the second devastating fire in the province since 1 September. Residents in the area say they have never experienced fires of this magnitude. Now moving to news beyond our own borders, Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett yesterday warned the United Nations General Assembly that Iran's nuclear weapon program is at a crucial point. And he said Iran must be stopped from acquiring a nuclear weapon as its great goal is to dominate the region under a nuclear umbrella. Bennett called for better international cooperation to end Iran's nuclear activities and added that Israel could even act alone against Iran. Bennett is opposed to America's plans to revive a nuclear deal with Iran. And staying with news abroad, Ethiopian Orthodox Christians celebrating the Mescal Festival came together in the capital Addis Ababa this weekend after most of the faithful skipped last year's festivities due to the pandemic. It was the first big festival of the Ethiopian religious year and according to Orthodox Christian tradition marks the finding of the cross that Jesus was crucified on. The highlight was the lighting of a bonfire in the center of Mescal Square, a huge public plaza in the heart of the capital. And last week's London Fashion Week showcased its first ever collection designed specifically for wheelchair users. The driver of the initiative, Faduma Farah, was paralyzed by meningitis infection some 10 years ago. She says she has always struggled to find clothes that could make her look fabulous, so she decided to do something about it. Farah founded a fellowship for fashion designers to create adaptive wear after becoming frustrated by the lack of clothing available to her as a wheelchair user. Farah says it can be very difficult for wheelchair users to find something appropriate to wear. Material needs to be breathable and seams have to be adapted, as otherwise they can lead to discomfort and even actual physical harm. Farah adds, and I quote, "As wheelchair users, we have many hurdles in life and dressing up shouldn't be one of them. I'd like every designer out there to think about the person in the wheelchair. Don't forget about us." And that's the end of the quote. Well, thank you for that beautiful story. I'll have a final update for you at 8 o'clock.
Thank you so much. So let's start with football. Percy Tau was the big name that's been omitted from the Bafana Bafana squad to take on Ethiopia in October. That's for their back-to-back 2022 World Cup qualifiers, and he's going to be missed. The Al Ahly striker suffered a hamstring injury during the game against Ghana earlier this month and only returned to training on Friday last week. Rosa's named almost the same side that played Zimbabwe away, drawing 0-0, and then, of course, beat the Black Stars at home. Gift Links and Luther Singh are also omitted from that final squad, though. Links misses out after a less than stellar appearance against Zimbabwe, while a passport issue involving Singh has seen the Copenhagen-based attacker now left out. So Bafana are currently top of Group C, and they'll play Ethiopia on the 9th and the 12th of October. Staying with football, Manchester City eliminated PSG 4-1 on aggregates. You'll remember in last season's Champions League semi-finals. Well, the two sides are set to clash yet again in the group stages this time round. So since that last meeting, though, PSG have changed a little. They've added Lionel Messi, Sergio Ramos, Gini Wijnaldum, Achraf Hakimi and Gianluigi Donnarumma to the squad. They are a completely different prospect this time round. The French league leaders drew their opening game against Club Brugge on match day 1, while Man City, they were in fine form, beating Leipzig 6-3 in a 9-goal thriller. Some of the games to look out for tonight, so all crackers. Liverpool travelling to Porto, AC Milan hosting Atletico Madrid, Ajax up against Besiktas and Real Madrid. They'll take on the newcomers, the new kids on the block, Sheriff Tiraspol. And on to cricket and local cricket that's just exploded onto our screens, having seen Western Province and Southwestern District book their spots in the playoffs from Pool A. It's the turn of the Titans, Knights, Rhinos and Tuskers. They'll be hoping to book their spots in the latter stages, and so that's when the Pool B matches get underway later today. The Alan Donald coached Knights will begin their quest for the T20 title against the Titans. That's at 10. Real battle royale Royale. The two sides are the favourites to advance from the pool, and they are led by Piet van Biljoen and Dean Elgar, respectively. The afternoon match will see the Division 2 sides, the Rhinos and the Tuskers, clash at 2:30. Each team will play each other once, with the top two teams advancing to the knockout rounds of the competition. Now, a little egg on the face, it seems, in the Rugby Championship. Organisers and Rugby Australia have apologised to Argentina after the Pumas were left out of a team captain's photo shoot. So Argentinian coach Mario Ledesma said the side felt disrespected after photos of the Australian, New Zealand and South African captains were published. Rugby Australia and governing body SANZAR said a late travel change meant Julian Montoya would not or could not attend. SANZAR said it was a communication breakdown and accepted full responsibility. And if you missed any of those details, we'll do it one more time at 8 o'clock. Right now, though, let's get a global weather perspective and some of those temperatures here in SA.
Thank you so much, G. Now, to take a look at the weather this morning and some interesting news from around the world. The Earth is forever changing. Now, a massive cloud of ashes prevented flights to and from the Spanish island of La Palma since Sunday as molten rock continues to be flung high into the air from an erupting volcano. Now, no flights have arrived or departed, and the volcano on La Palma, which is part of the volcanic Canary Islands off northwest Africa and home to some 85,000 people, erupted on September the 19th. Now, the prompt evacuations of more than 6,000 people helped avoid casualties, but some 430 buildings have so far been destroyed. Now, life on the rest of La Palma has been largely unaffected, and yesterday it was reported that activity is picking up again. The volcano has been producing intermittent explosions with ash emissions from the new cone at intervals of roughly 10 minutes, but no state of total alarm has yet been announced. And our thoughts are definitely with all the citizens in the area, and we hope that you're able to reach points of safety. Now, we also have our usual batch of sunrise photos to share with you. And showing off our beautiful South African skies, we are kicking off the 7 a.m. update with Nancy Govender from Umkomaas, who captured this beautiful shot overlooking our area as the sun comes up. And then William Jumat from Jensen Beach made our morning with this peaceful view overlooking the ocean as the sun comes up on the horizon, breaking through that cloud cover. Thank you so much, Mzansi. Of course, we always love seeing how you start your day, and keep sending in those beautiful pictures and making us smile. But now for the rest of the temperatures across the country, starting off in Polokwane, you've got a low of 15 and a high of 31 for the day. Mbombela starts the day on 18, moving up to 33. Pretoria, you've got a minimum of 18 and a max of 31 degrees. In Johannesburg, your day starts at 16, moving up to 29 degrees. In Mahikeng, a minimum of 18 and a high of 34 degrees. In Klerksdorp, 14 is your low with a 34-degree high. In Kimberley, a minimum of 13 and a high of 32 degrees. And then moving up to Bloemfontein, a low of 11 and a high of 31 degrees for the day. In Richards Bay, rain can be expected at 41% with a low of 17 and a high of 25. And then much the same for Pietermaritzburg, 25% chance of cloud cover and potential rain with 15 is your low and a maximum of 24. And then in Durban, your day starts at 19, moving up to 24 with 25% chance of cloud cover. But Mthatha can definitely expect some rain with 60% chance coming through. 12 is your low with a high of 21. East London, your day starts at 13, moving up to 19 with 56% chance of rain. And then in Cradock, your day starts at 9, moving up to 24 max with 25% chance of cloud cover. And then in Gqeberha, your minimum is 12 and your maximum is 19. In George, your day starts at 10, moving up to 17 degrees. Cape Town, a minimum of 14, moving up to 18. And then Worcester's low is at 8, moving up to 20 degrees Celsius for the day. Sutherland still has a chilly one with a minimum of 4 and a maximum of 18 degrees Celsius. But last but not least, Uppington starts the day at 15, moving up to 29 degrees Celsius. We've got so much entertainment coming through. Jackie Lowe's in the building, and a performance you definitely want to look forward to.
It's a song of hope. It's infused with a Cape Town flavor, and it's going to knock your socks right off this morning. I hope you're ready. Yakilo and the Yakilo Band are here to perform for you in just a moment. Don't stray too far. Welcome back. You are live with Expresso, of course. Another live performance coming your way in just a moment. Yakilo is here to blow your hair back. It's going to be amazing.
It is. And you know what? The Hopetober bus returns to the streets of South Africa for the month of October. And Jamie is there to help spread the love to the healthcare workers.
Good morning, family. It's Hopetober 2021. I can tell you for free, the gears, the spirit in the Mother City is going to be so electrifying today. I'm with Hopetober MC and vocalist Mortimer Williams to tell us more about what we can expect for the day ahead. Mortimer, good morning.
Good morning.
How does it feel? Fresh and early?
Fresh and early. It is absolutely amazing. It is such a relief to be here at the City Sightseeing Depot here in Pardon Island. The excitement is palpable. I mean, you can cut it with a knife. It's going to be a brilliant day. It's going to be a stunning day.
I had a behind the scenes, just a warm up of what we can expect today. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for this day?
17. You don't understand. I think we have been waiting for a long time, almost a year, to be able to do this again. What an experience. This Hopetober, Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, the whole initiative is so mind-blowing. We had no idea what we were in for last year, and the minute we stepped onto the bus and we delivered our first note, it was mind-blowing. I mean, my heart just burst.
As a performer, I mean, this has been a tough year for so many people. Why was it so important for you to connect with this initiative and also just give back away and perform again?
I think we've all been through so much as a country. We have been through. It's been really difficult, especially the arts industry. Everything came to a grinding halt. We used to gig every week with the bands, etc., and everything just shut down completely. And we've really been struggling. And this initiative just gave us hope. I'm almost getting teary-eyed because we're really passionate about it and we love performing, and to share this bus stage with all these amazing artists, and it's just absolutely amazing.
That's the message here today. It's about spreading love, about spreading hope and joy. Obviously, you are rubbing shoulders with amazing people. We have Vicky Sampson on the bus. Tell us about the performers and also what people can expect throughout the Mother City today.
World-class performers. I think sharing this bus, especially with Vicky Sampson. I performed with all the other guys, with Lelo, Craig Obani, with Leah, but with Vicky, I've admired her since I was like a little pipsqueak, and just to be able to share this platform with her is absolutely amazing. We all feel privileged and honored to be part of this initiative.
Some people are only waking up now, so I feel like you need to set the tone, okay? Gee die mense so 'n taster van wat hulle kan expect vandag. And a 3, 2, 1, and go.
Hopetober, Hopetober, spreading love. And I'm somewhere making up an original song. Julle moet wakker skrik, mense. It's Hopetober. It's time to wake up.
Oh my gosh, so good to connect with him. Listen, it is going to be an amazing day. I can't wait to see what you guys are going to be delivering throughout the Mother City. Of course, if you want to catch them, you want to stay tuned here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I'll also be catching up with the legendary Vicky Sampson in just a few, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a minute. But guys, back to you in studio. Showtime, baby!
I don't understand. Morty is like my spirit animal. I did a big stage musical production with him. What a talented vocalist and such an awesome human being. Oh, you want to stick around because Jamie is not going anywhere. The bus ain't going anywhere. A little bit later, we're going to chat to and hopefully hear a little bit of a performance from the legendary Vicky Sampson, who, of course, joined us in studio yesterday.
Oh, what a fun day. And you know who was in studio yesterday and is in studio again today? The one and only Jenny Morris.
Yay! The one and only, goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Now that's the flavor bomb that we're talking about this morning, and it's perfect for World Heart Day, which is taking place tomorrow, Wednesday, the 29th of September. And we're serving up a South African-inspired shisanyama-sauced no meatballs, steamed broccoli, and rice that will have you falling in love with fries' simple swaps. Now, without taking away from your family favorites, today we're going to show you how to look after your heart and still enjoy a delicious and hearty meal. And of course, the gorgeous, illustrious, beautiful heart of mine, Jenny Morris is here to show us how.
Oh, my sweetheart, you make my heart smile.
And so is this food that we're preparing, because I believe it's just nothing but the good stuff, right?
Oh, yes, and I believe what you're saying to me is all cupboard love. Because you want some fries.
What's cupboard love?
It's like you just being nice because you want me to feed you.
More than that, Jenny. Come on now. We run deeper than that.
Oh, Mama loves you. So, darling, I'd like you to take this beautiful Fries family pack. I want you to open it. I'm going to get the oil going because we're going to put these beautiful little meatballs, and we know that these are so healthy and so delicious and very, very good for your heart.
Okay.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to get this beautiful sauce going. And I've already got the onions going in the pan. I'm going to put the garlic in now because I want it to sweat and release all its beautiful aromas.
Oh, nice.
There's a lot of
Am I pouring the salt in there?
Darling. Well, you can come and stand next to me. Go on. But don't splash because you don't want to burn.
Is the pan hot? All right.
Yes, it's hot. There you go. Just go nice and gently. Aren't they lovely? They're just mouth-sized.
I honestly get confused because it looks like meat. Smells like meat. I promise. It was sometimes honestly when you make it taste
incredible.
Like yeah, I love it.
Yep. I must say, I have a son at home who lives on this. And
really?
He's a meat
Is it
eater.
the same son that you didn't want to mention
yesterday? He loves fries.
Okay,
he loves the sausage.
So and you said he's a picky eater. So if he likes this, then I'm sure a lot of people are definitely going to love it.
I promise you, he eats every single one of those products.
Nice.
So if he, as a meat eater, is loving them and enjoying them, let me tell you something, darling.
I've done this before, and I'm not even lying. I've actually just prepared some of the fries like meat-free alternatives.
Yes.
I don't tell the guests.
No.
They have no idea.
They don't know.
They have no idea.
Don't know.
That is, for me, one of the biggest points when it comes to similarities, when it comes to some of the familiarities, when you want to have that meat sensation. But we are saving...
Exactly the planet.
Yes, exactly.
We are.
We are,
Every
literally.
time you have one of these vegetarian meals, you're actually saving the planet.
100%. I mean, the carbon emissions on the production of meat and everything else is so huge. So really, you are doing your part.
No cars making into the
Hey, I learned a word in Zulu about that earlier. Oh, forgot again. Oh,
what?
I need to
if
pay
I
attention.
say it, maybe I'm going to get into trouble.
You might.
Is it the word you use for...
It was for like air and sometimes spirit as well.
Oh, no, then I better not say the word.
I'll find out again later. Clearly, I need to pay more attention in class. G will definitely be able to remind me though. But let's get back to the meal here, of course.
Okay, so I'm going to just give these a nice little browning, you can hear.
Yeah.
And what's nice is they're well coated, so they don't stick to the pan and you don't lose any of it. A little bit of salt.
I must mention the fact that it's not often you can just take something straight out of the box.
No, and into the pan.
I mean, it comes with a little bit of flavor as well, of course.
It's full of flavor. It's got beautiful color, so you could even have these alone. You know, but this is nice, a little snack when you're making your broccoli braai or your butternut braai. You know what I'm saying? You've got
exactly
vegetarians around the
Zanzi
fire.
loves themselves a good snack.
Oh, yes.
Now, let's talk about something else that this is really cool for. Of course, it's being Heart Health Day, and we're raising awareness for that. It's taking place tomorrow. And obviously, around our actions, we want to take a look at our health and look after our health and minimize our chances of being impacted by the effects of cardiovascular disease. Now, one of the steps you can take is making simple swaps in your diet, just like we're doing right now. So Fries offers you a simple, convenient, delicious plant-based alternative that'll have your whole family enjoying a plant-based lifestyle without compromising on, like we just discussed, the texture and the flavor and everything else you associate with meat. It's a simple swap. It's easy as that. It's as easy as opening up a box and putting it in a pan. And Fries plant-based range is also This is the best part. It's naturally cholesterol-free, non-GMO, and it's a good source of protein. So you don't have to worry about losing out on protein when you're doing this, which is something a lot of people always talk about, right? Yeah. And it's good for the heart at the end of the day. Come on, what's not to love about this? So throw in some steamed broccoli like we're doing now, brown rice, and you're going to have your dancing heart just loving you for the rest of the day.
Yes, my heart loves you already, so I'm going to feed you now because I do the mama thing.
On.
I'm going to bring it on.
Wait, hang on, is that it? Are we done?
We're done because the sauce is already cooked.
What? It's just like 2 minutes.
Yes, I'm going to let you have one ball.
Okay, one ball.
One ball. The rest
Thank you very much.
I'm going to just give you one of these with this beautiful, there's a gorgeous, you can have brown rice, you can have noodles, you can have cauli rice.
Am I taking it or are you going to feed me?
Oh, hello, baby.
Oh, wow.
Here comes the aeroplane. My children are going to be very embarrassed if they're watching this. Here comes the aeroplane.
I'm not just smiling because of Jenny, but I'm also smiling because on the side of my mouth right now is a mad infusion of flavors.
It's gorgeous, eh?
And I hate speaking with my mouth full, but I just can't help it, Mzansi. Even some textures of like Oh, this is meat. It's got to be, surely.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. Listen, Mzansi, plant-based meat alternatives, lose lots of weight during your cooking time and make them more valuable for your money, right? So while I'm swallowing here, and apologize, Mzansi, you should never speak with your mouth full. Bad manners, but I can't help it. I can't stop. Just remember this, fries, plant-based, no meatballs, lose only 10 grams after being cooked versus a meat-based meat, which loses about 76 grams,
that
right?
fat that comes out.
Exactly.
In the liquid. Yeah.
And there's not much of that in here unless it's just the good kind, right? So these are more than meatballs. This is a saucy shisanyama sauce for you to enjoy. ExpressoShow.com is where you can get it. If you're looking for any recipe inspiration, then again, I've got to say thank you, and thank you, Jenny Morris.
And thank you, and this is night.
Let's keep these hearts smiling. I love that.
But we always find our way when we walk against the crowd.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3. And if you're wondering, where is our gorgeous Jamie?
Well, fret not, because we are about to plug in and catch up with her right now. She's with some celebrities, some superstars, and we're still raising awareness and talking about hope. Let's check this one out.
Listen, we are spreading love, hope, and joy throughout the Mother City today. And yes, your eyes are not deceiving you, Expresso family. We are back with Vicky Sampson, legendary singer. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm so happy to be here, Jamie. I mean, I can't believe how blessed I am that, you know, Expresso has just been so incredible, always.
I was actually so sad yesterday. I was watching from home and I was like, I'm not going to meet her. And then, boom, here it is, aligned. This is the first time that you are on the Hopetober bus.
Yeah.
How excited are you to be a part of this initiative?
Well, you know, I mean, I never thought it would happen. I wasn't aware of the project until about 6 weeks ago when I just happened to call Mr. Alan Ford, who is the creator, the brain behind this initiative, and just spoke to him about something else completely. And then he mentioned the Hopetober campaign to me, and I was sold. And I am beyond excited because I'm in the Mother City, I'm in my hometown today. To kick off here is just the best thing of all. And to have collaborating with all the artists, it feels so real. It feels like something is going back to the way it should be for us as the creative industry, and that's one of the most exciting things as well.
Then let me be the first to say, welcome home.
Thank you.
It's good to have you on the mother soil. I mean, listen, amazing performances. What can we expect? We know that African Dream is going to be sung today.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an iconic song. To be able to perform it on this platform, on this bus.
On the bus.
How does that feel?
Well, you know, I think it's a first for me. I've performed that song on many, many platforms, but today it's going to be just a beautiful collaboration of the song with the other artists, with Lelo and with Leah and Craig Barney and Mortimer. And I think our musical director, Vessel, all kudos to him, because he's just incredible the way he's put the whole medley together, because it's a 20-minute show. As you know, we're visiting 5 hospitals. We started Khayelitsha this morning, and we end up at Christian Barnard. So And we've just done a sound check, and I'm like pumping. I'm ready to go now. Yeah.
Why do you think, Vicky, it's so important to spread such hope and joy during these difficult times?
Well, I think, you know, especially for us as artists, it has been a very tough time, as you know, with COVID. We were the first industry to be severely impacted and literally out in the cold, and we probably one of the last to come back in. So a project such as this has not only enabled us as performers to go out there again and do the work that we intended to do, which is to inspire and to uplift and to bring hope, but the fact that it is such a specific target, a hospital project with the patients and with the frontline staff, knowing what they've been dealing with throughout COVID makes it that more incredible. And I think all kudos to Adcock, Ingram, OTC as well, you know, who sponsor the Brave project as well. And everybody, all the people behind the scenes, the incredible, the producers, the guys that are doing our sound. It's just a phenomenal project. We need more of these kinds of projects.
We can't wait to see it all come together. Of course, I'm not going to leave you without getting a front row seat of a little teaser, because I wasn't in studio yesterday, so I'm going to put you on the spot. You have to sing for me.
What would you like me to sing?
Without a doubt, African Dream. Just a bit of a taster, please. Come on, I'm begging you here.
'Cause in my African dream, you know, there's a new tomorrow. That's our tomorrow, guys. Hopetober, happening right now here in Cape Town. God bless you, Mzansi. We'll see you on the road. Thank you.
Legendary, everybody. Vicky Sampson, Hopetober, spreading love, spreading joy throughout the Mother City. You want to stick around. I have more coverage for you on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Oh, how cool is that? A bus that spreads hope. I want like 5 of those in my garage, and I'll just drive around all day. How cool would that be?
Oh, amazing. Well, listen, I love that. And of course, we will be connecting with Jamie a little bit later as she joins the team from Hopetober as that bus makes its way through Cape Town today before heading off to Johannesburg. But it's now time for some music on your Feel Good Breakfast show. How does that sound?
Bietjie langarm as jy wil. We are all about spreading hope and love and positivity. When Africa Smiles sounds like the tune that is going to be that silver lining we've been waiting for. Yaki Lo is here with the Yaki Lo Band, ready to inject your morning with a whole lot of love, laughter and light. Gentlemen, the stage is yours.
I will see you, you will see me, I can feel you. When Africa smiles, hear the drums in the night and the heartbeat, the fire lights, I can feel you. When Africa smiles, goeiemorgen, Sawubona, good morning, Unjani, can you feel it? When Africa smiles, goeiemorgen, Sawubona, good morning, Unjani, can you feel it? When Africa smiles, you'll hear it in our music, children singing. It sounds so sweet. Clap your hands, stomp your feet when Africa smiles. Feel the rhythm of the people who can dance, live at peace. We all need it. When Africa smiles, yeah. Goeiemorgen, Sawubona, good morning, Unjani, can you feel it? When Africa smiles, goeiemorgen, Sawubona, good morning, Unjani, can you feel it? When Africa smiles, we must say truly together. When Africa smiles, we must dance, must we must sing, must together. When Africa smiles, one last time, come on. We must dance, must we must sing, must together. When Africa smiles, when Africa smiles.
Yes, man! Your new nickname is Africa because when you smile, baby, you light up the room. Absolutely awesome. When Africa Smiles, available for download. The band ain't going anywhere. Yucky Low and the Yucky Low band are here to perform just for you this morning. That's what we needed today. Beautiful, gentlemen. Absolutely beautiful.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back.
Hey, you were
there is a buzz,
jamming
there's
though,
a
man.
vibe. I've worked up a sweat with that one. Yucky Low is sticking around. Two more beautiful performances, but of course the Hope-tober bus excitement is now bursting at the seams.
Yeah, Ramelo is one of the performers, and we're going to catch up with him right now. Jamie Lee Domber's got us. Let's check it out.
Yes, indeed, it is going to be a beautiful day, guys. I'm still hanging out with singer and performer Ramelo ahead of today's Hope-tober. How are you this morning?
I am fabulous.
Can you hear the voice? She's showing off now. She's showing off so early in the morning.
It's very early.
So early. But listen, it's the second time you're back on Hope-tober, spreading love, spreading joy through the mother city. How excited are you for today?
I'm really, really, really so excited, and I'm, I think, more excited because now this time we get to do the whole country. Last time I was only in Johannesburg, so this time I really get to feel the spirit of the mother city, and just really, really engage with all the amazing health workers here who really, really deserve this experience. I think for the past 2 years, we can say that all of us have been through many different levels of very hectic time, and the health workers have been at the front line of it all and really doing their best and the most to take care of us as a country. So they, I think, are the most deserving of this really, really spectacular initiative. And thank you to Adcock Ingram's OTC for making this happen for them. I'm so excited for them, I think, more than anything else.
For sure, and let me tell you, you're in for a treat today. Cape Town Town is showing off. It's going to be a beautiful day, so get ready for it. What can people expect with regards to performers, the performances today as well?
Oh, well, of course, the legendary Vicky Sampson is going to be gracing the whole country with her spectacular voice and of course, her legendary song African Dream. And I think it's something I think everybody really needs to look forward to the most. It's one of those songs that brings us together as South Africans, as Africans, and reminds us why this place is so great and why the people of this country are so amazing and so great. And so I'm really looking forward to that performance in particular, but also there's also phenomenal singers and the most amazing music. People are going to jive and jive and jive and jive.
Jive till you can't no more. There are 5 stops obviously on the route today. Which stop are you most looking forward to?
All of them.
All of them?
All of them. Like I said, for me, Cape Town is such a beautiful, warm place, and so I'm looking forward to just meeting everybody and seeing them sing along and dance along with us. It's really going to be a really awesome time for everybody. Yeah.
We are going to be following you all over today. Of course, I put Mortimer on the spot. I put the legendary Vicky Sampson on the spot too. It's only fair that I put you on the spot. Wake up, Mzansi, please.
Okay, I'll only do it if you'll sing along with me.
I will be your backup singer, but like way back over here. Okay?
No, girl. You must be in the front. Okay. Nandi hamba nawe.
Hey, hey, hey.
Nandi hamba nawe. Dihamba, oh, dihamba nawe. Hamba nawe. Nandi hamba nawe. Dihamba nawe. Hamba nawe. Hamba nawe. Nandi hamba nawe.
Come on, everybody. Hello, you're on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Do you think there's space for me now, seeing that I gave you a bit of a teaser, maybe like a
you
bit
know
of...
what?
There's space
I
for
think
me.
you're going to take my job. So, you know, no. You just do what you do. Stay in your lane, girl. I don't need you to take my job.
Certainly cannot do that. Thank you so much for connecting with us. We are so excited to hear that and so much more. Let me tell you, you are in for a treat. Mother City, take note. The Hopetober bus is coming to you.
Oh, yeah.
But don't go anywhere. We have a spectacular performance coming your way. So stay right there.
Amazing performers. This is like a once-in-a-lifetime ensemble, and you get to see them perform live. And it's because our healthcare workers mean so much to us. And we talk about we've got COVID fatigue. Imagine working in the front lines for the last 18 months, how much you need that shot in the arm, that hope. And the Hopetober bus is going to do that. We're going to bring you the Africa medley just now.
Listen, we are in the kitchen, and even though the Hopetober bus is making its way all through Cape Town, we're about to make a delicious meal that will bring all the hope you need for your day.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic!
A classic range from Clover, timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Well, if you have been listening to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, you will know that we are taking care of our hearts, because World Heart Day, we are encouraged, to take control of our health and our environment around us, and to really create a healthier heart for ourselves. Now, the Mediterranean diet is one of the best diets to take, to take cue from, because of its heart health benefits. And today, we want to show you a delicious Mediterranean bowl with a South African twist, because that's what we love to do. Jenny Morris, I love what we're about to do, because if there's something I enjoy, it is bowl food.
Oh, me too. I eat everything out of bowl.
If I can, I will, and this is the perfect size bowl.
Oh, I could have a bigger one than that, but I mean, that speaks for itself. That'll be your bowl, Zos.
That will be my bowl. But okay, so we are making a yummy frikadelle with a South African twist.
With a lovely South African twist. We've got some red onion here, which has been grated so that you're not going to get big chunky monkeys in it. And some lovely fresh coriander. You could use fresh parsley in it. A little bit of salt and some pepper. And you could make these balls as big or as small as you want. If you're making a like little poke bowl for the kids, maybe just make them a little bit smaller. But I mean, that's for greedy girls like you and I.
That is a nice portion.
You are a greedy girl,
decent size. Yes.
You're a greedy girl.
I do enjoy a good one. Yes.
There we go.
So
may I have half a cup of that beautiful.
You can have half a cup of our Clover Classic, and we are using the plain yogurt today.
Yes, delicious. Delicious, and that's going to add a lovely little bit of moisture. It's going to help to bind our delicious fricadella.
So you're
and
teaching
there
me
you go,
something new
darling.
today. Can I toss it
yes,
for you?
please go. In you go. In you go. And I'm going to just give this a nice little squish like this. And normally I would just stick this in the fridge for a couple of minutes just to let it firm up. And of course, as one does, I've already made some. But while I'm going to shape these balls or fricadella, you're going to make me some beautiful dressings. So you're going to take some lemon zest and some parsley, yeah?
Okay.
And we're also going to add a little bit of our Clover Classic to that.
Fantastic. And speaking of our Clover Classic dairy, it is a snack that is absolutely deliciously smooth and creamy, which makes it the perfect addition to this recipe, as we've seen you add it to our meatballs, our fricadella. And it's also great to enjoy on its own, so you can use it in various dishes, such as the fricadelles that we are making right now, and which is a South African beloved meal. And of course, it's a meatball for those who don't know. And then we're also adding our Clover Classic to the meatball mixture, which will really help keep the beef nice and moist. So I always find it very difficult to do the lemon zest. I feel like chefs have a specific technique to it.
You just have to go rub it up and down, and don't go too close to the white part, because the white part is the pith, and it's terribly bitter.
It's bitter.
Absolutely.
We don't want that. Okay.
So while you are removing that lovely zest, I'm giving my hands a nice wash, and I'm going to start building this bowl, which I know you're going to absolutely love, Zoe, because have a look here. We're going to have some hummus in the base.
Fantastic. So, do I need to chop our parsley?
You can. No, that's you can chop it a little bit more.
A little fine chop.
Yes, but look at this. Isn't it wonderful when you find these little exciting things at the base of a bowl, something you didn't expect in the first place? We've got some beautiful cucumber ribbons, which are lovely and juicy, and I'm going to just put a little pile of them in the corner there. In fact, use them all.
Yeah. So the secret with your bowl is to obviously group everything, or at least that's how I plate my bowl.
Yes, yes. I like to, because then you can say, I want to have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Look at this. These are roasted and delicious. Beautiful roasted peppers.
Beautiful colour.
Isn't that colour just vibrant? And they've still got beautiful texture and a little bit of char on them, which I think is divine and delicious. How about some of these babies?
The little beautiful cherry tomatoes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes, and the smaller the better, because then you can just pop them straight into your mouth and bite on them. And I love it when they pop and they release their lovely little acidic juices, sweet and acidic actually. And then we're going to just take our meatballs.
Place it gently.
Oh, yes.
There we go. Now, okay, so to finish our dressing, I've got some lemon zest, I've got some parsley.
And now let's get some of our deliciousness. And there's garlic and salt and
Clover
pepper.
Classic. There
I
we
want to see
go.
how quick you can do it.
There we go. We have a minute left. Some
Do
salt
we?
and pepper.
Oh, lovely. I'm going to just cross paths with you here. And I shall give this back to you. I'm going to use this beautiful
And a bit of
avocado.
garlic.
Oh, nutty and delicious and creamy. That's what I love about adding an avo.
It does add a nice creaminess to it.
Absolutely
Did
delicious.
probably the thing you shouldn't do, stir with a knife.
My mother used to say that's trouble.
Oh, you know
Trouble.
what? Life's always full of trouble. Don't even that. There we go. Did I do a good job? Is that what you wanted?
Did you put salt and pepper in it?
Yes, I did.
Good girl.
And a bit of garlic, as instructed.
I like a bit of garlic. And then you can either blob or drizzle. Carry on.
Blob or drizzle. Oh, that looks incredible, Jenny. If you want to get your hands on this delicious recipe, our fricadella Mediterranean ball that we've just made, we do have that website available for you. You can simply head on over to expressoshow.com. This looks incredible.
It's going to taste even better.
Oh, but I think we need to tuck in. If you've missed any of the steps, we do have a recap for you.
Love by Clover. Only you can make my day.
Oh, crisis. What am I gonna make? Okay. Cheese. All right. Tomato. Cheese. Okay. Bread. They're gonna be here in an hour and I really don't know what I'm gonna make. Hectic. Ah, of course. Expresso comes in to save the day. That's the one.
In a pickle over what delicious meal to make next? Get inspired by the wide variety of mouth-watering recipes that you can follow along on our exclusive food YouTube channel or on our website, expressoshow.com.
Ah, perfect. Just in time. About time. Come on in, guys.
This looks good.
Oh, you know how I do, Lena.
Yes! Recap our recipes whenever, wherever with Expresso.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back from Zanzi. What a show we're having here on our Tuesday, and thank you for choosing us as we celebrate so much. And speaking of celebrations, we're also celebrating and honoring powerful South African artists by playing a bit of a game called Guess the Lyrics. And if you don't know how it works, I'm going to give you a line from a song. When with the missing words, you need to figure out what the lyrics are. So you've got to fill in those blanks. And once you've got the correct word, you then need to play or sing the song. All right, so Jack is still in the building. And we've got our music aficionado, Zoe, is here. You did exceptional yesterday when we were playing the game, so I think that's why
It's a different game. So let's see how I do with lyrics. So, Yaki, I'm one of those people where I hear a song and I think the lyrics is one thing, and then actually you go to a karaoke and you realize, oh, I never realized those were the words. That's me.
Yaki, are you good with other songs or just your own?
No, I'm terrible. I sing the weirdest lyrics. There's a Neil Diamond song. I always sing The Reverend in Blue Jeans.
Isn't that right?
The Reverend in Blue Jeans.
I thought that's... You see me on the same page. All right, so this is cool because we've got some cool songs here. Yaki, you're the guest of honor, so let me ask you to go up first. So you know the game, right? I'm going to give you a sentence. There's going to be missing words, and you've got to try to fill in the blanks, right? So the song is blank, span die seile, blank, sê is myne, dot, daar waar die son opkom, dot, daar oor die blank wag sy.
So dit is kaptein span die seile, kaptein sê is myne, waar die son opkom.
Yes!
Witty son.
Hoor die son wag sy. Sy wag vir my.
Love it.
Was it also
That's almost 2 points for Yaki. Well done, man. Lovely stuff. That's how we play the game. Guess the lyrics. Zoe, the pause has been set. Are you ready for this one?
I wish I had that song.
All right, so let's do this. So it starts like this. So I'll blank 10 blank miles into the dead of night till I run out of blank for you, baby. She's thinking.
I feel like it's like, I would walk 500 miles.
She's thinking.
10,000 miles. I think it's, so I'll walk 10,000 miles into the dead of night till I run out of breath for you, baby. That's my guess.
We are great. It's pretty close.
So I'll drive.
I'll try. We'll give you like half a point there. That wasn't bad. This game is hard, by the way, guys.
It's difficult.
Yeah. So,
Whose song is
well
that?
done. So this song is by Black Coffee, by the way, guys.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Black Coffee.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh.
I'll give you a clue if you are really, really struggling for the next one. I can give you the artist as well. Okay, let's make this fair, because this game is hard. I would just walk away, to be honest. Yeah, you ready?
Okay.
Oh, another one for you, actually. This is nice. I almost read this in English. My hart klop. It's on the screen as well. Blank. As jy naby is, dot baby, blank. Ek wonder wil jy, dot, hier by my, blank. And you can see it on the screen as well if you need
to. Okay, my hart klop chocolates as jy naby is. Baby, ek wonder of jy hier by my wil bly. Was een woord. Hier by my.
Yeah, that's the one, baby. This is
baby
from
chocolates.
Yes,
yes, you were
It's a great song,
baby
yeah.
chocolates. I love that one. Yes, that's the one.
Nice tune, huh?
Yucky, you're doing well, man.
Thanks, man.
I'm impressed. You were lying to us. Yeah. All right, Zoe, come on. You got to do this for the team, right?
Okay, let's
You ready
see.
for this one?
I'm
you got
ready.
this. All right. I was on my own, waiting for something, waiting for summer, waiting for something.
Who is the artist?
All right, so can you think about the artist?
No.
I can give you the artist.
Yes.
The artist is Good Luck.
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
Yes.
Oh, I've been thinking about. I've been waiting for you for summer. I've been thinking about you. Is that one?
I don't know.
Okay,
Let's see what
I think I knew the
Beyonce
first
is.
one.
I was on my own, waiting for you, waiting for summer, waiting for me.
Ah.
That's a beautiful song, but Good Luck. Nice try, Zoe. That's a hard one, though, because there's a lot of songs that could fit the profile for. All right. Guys, I was making the game hard. I'm actually supposed to give you the artist name. So I was playing a little bit with you, but like you clearly like conquering this.
That was two Afrikaans songs that I do festivals with these guys.
We're making it easier.
I've heard a lot of times.
All right. Two more. This is the final round. All right, Yaki, you ready for this one?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the artist because this is a tough one. He's been on the show quite a bit. His name is Early B.
Okay.
Sy soeke something. Jong oukie, or ouchie, haar oudste dochter sê size. Sy sê a blank, man with a blank, is what she needs in her life. Oh,
I know
Early
this
B.
one.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
give us a second. We might be able to steal a point here from Zoe.
Okay.
Let's think though. Let's think though.
You go for it.
Let's
I
think
think
though,
you might
Yaki.
have-
Nee, ken hom, ja nee.
Ken jy hom?
Dis 'n Ben 10.
Lovely stuff from Early B. I think everybody got to think to that song. It's a good bit. Lovely stuff, man. Beautiful, beautiful. Zoe, all right, this is a chance of redemption. Shekinah and Kyle Dooch, you must know this one.
Yes.
It's a goodie. Let's take it back to the something where we were something and carefree. This is how it should be. Said she, something, don't feel me.
Let's take it back to the beach. Where we are young and carefree.
Yeah.
This is how it should be.
Na, na,
Say the don't feel me. I don't know. That's not a swear word though.
It's not a swear word, definitely. But we'll give it to you. Said the city,
Oh,
don't
fine.
feel me. Zoe Brown in the building. Yaki, of course, the winner of this game. Congratulations, oh, man. Catching the lyrics. Putting on the spot, take a bow, brother. And of course, clearly the exceptional artist that you are. And it's so good that we get to
thank you very
celebrate you. Zoe, thank you so much. It's good to see you lose every now and then. You know, you're always
try.
winning. But don't worry, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Guess the lyric. What a jewel, what a jam. And of course, the continuing of the magic is happening right here, right now. Don't go anywhere.
Yep, a few more performances coming your way this morning, but let's get into our official duties now, one last time with our national and international news. And we start here in South Africa, where the SA government is working tirelessly to be removed from the UK Red List. Now, the UK Red List means Brits who travel to South Africa are then required to quarantine upon return to the UK at their own cost, something that may discourage them from visiting South Africa. This was announced by the Deputy Minister of Tourism, Fish Matlalela, at the World Tourism Day event in Clarence in the Free State yesterday. Now, some 400,000 UK travellers visited South Africa annually before the COVID-19 pandemic. The South African tourism sector lost about 164 billion rand in spending by visitors in 2020. Then a new organization, the Religious Forum Against COVID-19, has been launched in KwaZulu-Natal. The forum wishes to address the concerns some religious groups have raised around COVID-19 vaccinations. And a member of the interfaith collaboration, Ashwin Trikamji, says they wish to address vaccine hesitancy and to encourage South Africans to get vaccinated. Meanwhile, the Anglican Archbishop of Southern Africa, Thabo Makgoba, says and has confirmed that vaccinations will be mandatory for Anglican clergy. This after the provincial synod, they earlier passed a resolution that its clergy should indeed be vaccinated. Now on to the international fold. A study by Ugandan scientists has found that vaccination against COVID-19 significantly reduces deaths in their country. No deaths, in fact, were recorded among fully vaccinated patients during the research period. The study conducted between May and July used data collected from 1,462 patients admitted at two of the largest COVID-19 treatment centers in the capital, Kampala. It was done during a period when COVID infections had threatened to overwhelm the health system, as Uganda suffered its second wave at that stage. Now, some 2 million vaccine jabs have so far been administered in Uganda. A little further afield, Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett yesterday warned the United Nations General Assembly that Iran's nuclear weapons program is at a critical point. He said Iran must be stopped from acquiring a nuclear weapon, as its great goal is to dominate the region under a nuclear umbrella. Bennett called for better international cooperation to end Iran's nuclear activities and added that Israel could even act alone against Iran. Bennett is opposed to America's plans to revive a nuclear deal with Iran. Then, for centuries, the Kuna people of South Africa have passed on their stories through oral tradition. While they were the original inhabitants of the Cape region, colonization and the policy of apartheid imperialized their history, and moreover, the Kuna culture is being threatened by the loss of its heritage and its language. Now, Deirdre Jantjies, an activist and producer, is now preserving indigenous identity with the first Kuna animation. Jantjies' web series, Stories in the Wind, that's the English translation, Stories in the Wind, is reviving pride in culture for the younger generation. And in her animation, illustrated by the brilliant Dav Andrew and animated by Clinton Jones, she retells the Nama folktale of a girl who has been given her purpose to save her people, their land, and livelihood through her ability to communicate with the rain. Available with Nama subtitles, the series illustrates the essential role these fables play in protecting our culture. Jantjies says, and we quote, "Just because the world around us is changing doesn't mean that we should forget about who we are." I am ready for that animation. And on that very positive note is where we round off our news headlines. Let's touch on the sport one last time. Let's start with football, and sadly Percy Tau has been the major name omitted from the Bafana squad to take on Ethiopia in October for the back-to-back 2022 World Cup qualifiers. So the Al Ahly striker suffered a hamstring injury during the game against Ghana earlier this month and only returned to training on Friday last week, so clearly not match fit. Rose has named almost the same side that played out to that 0-0 draw against Zimbabwe away and then beat the Black Stars at home. Gift Links and Luther Singh were omitted as well from that final squad. Links missing out after a less than stellar appearance against our neighbours, while a passport issue involving Singh has seen the Copenhagen-based attacker left out as well. Bafana are currently topping Group C, and they play Ethiopia on the 9th and the 12th of October. Then staying with footballing news, Manchester City eliminated PSG 4-1 on aggregates in last season's Champions League semi-final, and the two sides are set to clash once again, but this time in the group stages. Now, since their last meeting, PSG have changed somewhat. They've added Lionel Messi, Sergio Ramos, Gini Wijnaldum, Achraf Hakimi and Gianluigi Donnarumma to a completely different looking side and prospect. The French league leaders, they'll draw their opening game, of course did draw their opening game against Club Brugge on match day 1, while Man City were dominant against Leipzig 6-3 in a 9-goal thriller. And some other games to look out for tonight: all crackers. Liverpool travel to Porto, AC Milan and Atletico Madrid lock horns. Dawns. Ajax are up against Besiktas, and Real Madrid take on the new boys, Sharif Tiraspol. And then onto local cricket. It's exploded back onto our screens. Having seen Western Province and Southwestern District book their spots in the playoffs from Pool A, the Titans, Knights, Rhinos and Tuskers will be hoping to do the same in the latter stages as well when Pool B matches get underway later today. So the Alan Donald coached Knights, they'll begin their quest for the T20 title up against the Titans at 10. The two sides are undoubtedly the favourites to advance from the pool and are led by Pite van Biljoen and Dean Elgar, respectively, two powerhouse players. The afternoon match sees the Division 2 sides, the Rhinos and the Tuskers, clashing at 2:30, and each team will play each other once, with the top two teams advancing to the knockout rounds, so lots at stake. Now it seems a little egg left on our face in the Rugby Championship, or at least for the organisers of the Rugby Championship and Rugby Australia, who have apologised officially to Argentina after the Pumas were left out of a team captain's photo shoot. So Argentina's coach Mario Ledesma said the side did feel disrespected after photos of the Australian, New Zealand and South African captains were published. Rugby Australia and the governing body SANZAR have said a late travel change meant that Julian Montoya could not attend. SANZAR said it was a communications breakdown and they did accept full responsibility. Well, that's a wrap of your sport for this Tuesday morning. Let's get a global climate perspective and then some of those temperatures that you can look forward to today here in SA.
Thank you, Graham. And let's start off with South Africa's climate, which is likely to become more extreme with implications for people's health and the economy. Now, a study by a PhD student at Pretoria University's Department of Geography, Geoinformatics and Meteorology has found that the country is experiencing more maximum temperatures reports than expected, and that trend appears to be accelerating. Charlotte McBride, one of SA Weather Services, has had her paper Trends in Probabilities of Temperature Records in the Non-Stationary Climate of South Africa, published in the International Journal of Climatology. Now, the paper was co-authored by study supervisor Andries Kruger of the SA Weather Services and co-supervisor Liesel Dyson, associate professor of meteorology at UP. Now, McBride's research supports a recently published report from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, which indicates that the climate outlook for Africa appears bleak in terms of the increasingly high probabilities of extreme maximum temperatures and heat waves projected to occur in the 21st century. Now, from sizzling temperatures, we have to recap on some of those gorgeous sunrise images that we've received throughout the morning on our Expresso Facebook page. Now, this morning at 6 o'clock, we started the day off with this one of our regulars, Fatah Khan from Richards Bay, who captured yet another stunning sunrise photo coming up over the bay waters. And then Mahbouba Jacobs from Cape Town captured this picture, perfect, with the pink sunrise over in the area. And we are also loving the hues in the photo, so thank you for that. At 7 o'clock, we showed you Nancy Govender from Unkomas capturing this beautiful shot overlooking her area as the sun comes up. And last but not least, William Juchmaat from Jensen Beach made our morning with this peaceful view overlooking the ocean as the sun comes up on the horizon, breaking through that cloud cover. Absolutely gorgeous. Well, let's quickly look at your temperatures for one last time today. If you're in Polokwane, a low of 15, a high of 31. Mbombela, 18:33. If you're in Pretoria, 18:31. Johannesburg, 16 with a high of 29. Mahikeng, 18:34. Klerksdorp, 14:34. Kimberley, 13 reaching a high of 32. If you're in Bloemfontein, 11 with a high of 31. Rain can be expected in Richards Bay today with a high of 25. Pietermaritzburg, 15:24. Durban, 19 reaching a high of 24. Rain can be expected in Mthatha, a low of 12, a high of 21. East London, 13 reaching a high of 19. Cradock, 9 reaching up a high of 24. Gqeberha, 12 reaching a high of 19. George, 10 reaching a high of 17. Cape Town, 14 with a high of 18. If you're in Worcester today, partly cloudy conditions with a high of 20. Sutherland, 4 reaching a high of 18. And Uppington, a hot day can be expected with a low of 15 and a high of 29 degrees Celsius. If you have a beautiful sunrise photo that you'd love to share with us, please do so on the Expresso Facebook page.
Oh, Namzanzi, let me tell you something. You do not want to go anywhere. We still got so much entertainment coming your way. Yaki Lo is still here. He's going to be performing, singing, and doing other things with so many instruments all at once, along with the band. And on top of that, we're going to be talking about our heart health. Now, Professor Pamela Naidu is here, of course, as well as Dr. Darren Green. They're going to be talking all about heart health. So trust me, you do not want to go anywhere. We'll see you in a bit.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3, and it is Tuesday, which means we are talking medical. And cardiovascular disease is the world's #1 killer when it comes to non-communicable diseases. Now, claiming over 18 million lives annually. Now, as a way to fight this, World Heart Day was founded to create awareness around heart disease and associated conditions.
Yeah, now this morning we've got some specialists in the building. We're joined by medical specialist Dr. Darren Green and Professor Naidu, the CEO of the Heart and Stroke Foundation. And if you have any questions, Sanjay, then come through and let us know, because our specialists are here to take over and help us and assist you on any of those questions. So you can write to us on our Expresso Facebook page, come through those questions, and we will more than likely try our best to answer them. But let me firstly say welcome, guys. How are you doing this morning?
Yeah, thank you so much. Great to be here.
Oh, well, I'm very excited for today's topic because it's something that I'm going to say it's close to home. Doing one of those DNA analysis, they said to me, you got all your mom and dad's bad genes, so I need to look after my heart and my health. So I think, Prof. Naidu, if you want to take this one, or Dr. Darren Green, but let's first start off with what exactly is heart disease and what are the different types we can get?
Sure, there are different ways of looking at the types of heart disease. You can look at it from a structural component, anatomically is what we say, and there's something can go wrong with the heart muscle itself or the blood vessels that are supplying that muscle with blood and oxygen, or of course the nerve supply to the muscle that gives you your heart rhythm and tells that muscle when to contract. And then of course you could have other problems with the blood and etc. that moves through the heart. So the cardiovascular system involves the heart and the blood vessel. That's anatomically. But you also could look at it from a different perspective in terms of what's called pathology, what can go wrong, and things like the pipes becoming clogged with atherosclerosis. That's where you have deposits of fat and lipid blocking the arteries, for example, as well. Things like infections that infect the valves of the heart can also come into play. And then things that damage the heart muscle, whether it's toxic, whether it's alcohol, etc., also play a role. And then you get congenital, that you're born with certain defects of the heart. And then some family traits that could come through as well.
Oh, now, I know Zoe was speaking about that, and it sounds like there's a lot that can go wrong with it, but it's such an important part and a vital organ of the body. What are some of the signs and symptoms that might show perhaps that there's something wrong or there's an issue here?
Yeah, so I'm a public health specialist, so the actual sort of medical implications I will just pass over to Dr. Green. But so essentially, I think it's important to understand that oftentimes you don't even have the signs and symptoms.
Okay.
So there are classics, which Dr. Green will tell you about, but there's often silent, what we call silent disease, if you like. So hypertension, for example, which drives cardiovascular disease, so high blood pressure. It's often you don't know that you have severe high blood pressure or increased levels of cholesterol.
Yeah.
So it's complicated, you know, just the way Dr. Green's just explained the anatomy and the pathophysiology. It's like, such a complex topic because what drives heart conditions is not simply the structural defect.
Yes.
It's got a whole range of drivers, let's put it that way. So there's social determinants of health, for example, and oftentimes that poor people suffer worse health. And then if you have familial history, Zoe, then it's going to complicate the whole risk association.
So are you saying it's potentially something then that could develop to a point where you then only almost at the last point experience that symptom without even knowing it?
You asked about the signs and symptoms. So people typically speak about chest pain, angina, I'm getting a heart attack. And that typical crushing chest pain with an feels like an elephant sitting on your chest, possibly radiating into the left arm, into the jaw, or across the chest, etc., associated with nausea, vomiting, and sweating. That's your like textbook case of a heart attack. That is, as I say, the end result of this process that you've described that can happen over such a long period of time, where that artery becomes blocked slowly and gradually, and one day there's just too little blood getting through that part of the artery, and that part of the heart doesn't get enough oxygen, and that's when you have a heart attack, where there's too little oxygen and it dies off, actually damaging the heart muscle. So the range, as I say, of symptoms that you get is often at the end or at a place where it's actually a little bit too late to reverse the damage without doing an intervention like stents or bypasses and that kind of thing. So we want to prevent people getting to that
before we even get close to that.
And so just linked to the signs and symptoms, it's also people need to be aware that there are other conditions that actually drive ultimately heart disease. So if you're diabetic, for example, have high blood pressure, you know, so it's those combination of, so those are the signs and symptoms you need to look out for as well, not just the end result.
I could not think of a better answer. We've got the absolute specialists here, guys. Thank you so much. Really, I'm honestly getting educated, and I think there is.
We're trying.
And this is a scary topic, so of course, if you do have a comment or a question for Prof. Naidu or Dr. Darren Green, please head on over to our social media pages. We will be back with them shortly, and we'll get to all of those questions you might be asking.
Well, this conversation just reinforcing how appreciative we are of our health workers, especially that those have been in the coalface, working on the ground floor, and the Hopetober bus tour is all about honouring them in the best way. And we're going to reconnect for a performance right now.
Hey, what a morning it's been. We're back with the Adcock Ingram OTC sponsors of Brave as they are about to take it away with the Hopetober bus to spread love and joy throughout the Mother City, but not before they have a performance just for you. So guys, take it away.
the circle be make the circle bigger, make the circle bigger. We show them, make the circle bigger. Our way.
Oh, thank you! That was great, thank you!
Oh man, my heart is overflowing. Some of the best performers in the country all on one stage, and a mobile stage that is coming to a hospital near you. Of course, they're about to embark on the Hopetober Bus 2021 tour. It's going to be traveling all throughout Cape Town before moving on to Durbs and Joburg, then Pretoria. Of course, tipping our hats to the incredible frontline workers and those that have experienced COVID in the most fundamental way. We are sending so much love and positive energy to them. That was amazing.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, you're back just in time as we continue our conversation around our health. Now, the heart sits at the center of the circulatory system, pumping blood around your body as your heart, as your heart beats, and all the while also really delivering oxygen and nutrients to all parts of your body. Now, we are back with our medical specialists, Dr. Darren Green and Prof. Pamela Naidu, the CEO of the Heart and Stroke Foundation. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask our specialists, just head on over to the Expresso Facebook page and ask your question over there. We'll get to them shortly.
Yeah, guys, so the earlier conversation was very informative, very educational, and we're speaking about heart disease. Now, the question I have is, you have these moments where you find out either from your GP or a specialist that you might have heart disease. How exactly is that developing? What would cause that? I know we spoke about a lot of the pathological instances, about those build-ups exactly, but more importantly, it's how would someone develop it over that long term? I'm really trying to get into that crux. I don't know if you could share more light on that, Darren.
Yeah, I think we'll both contribute. I think one of the first things, there's the acute stage of what's happening when the heart is not getting enough oxygen. So that happens within hours, over a period of hours, when the blood flow or blood supply is cut off to certain parts of the heart. You'll hear people speak about the coronary arteries, etc.
Yes.
They can go into spasm, by the way. They've got muscles in their walls, or they can just be blocked because of all the cholesterol that's busy blocking it, etc. Or there could be a thrombus, which is a clot. So that said, that happens at the end. Often, there's interesting research that's been done that say people often have warning symptoms a month leading up to the heart attack, where they might have small bouts of chest pain or excessive fatigue or weariness that they can't explain. In ladies, we often joke and speak about koa footer, cold feet and hands. Decreased peripheral circulation is another sign of heart disease, that there's diminishing function to the periphery as well. So one must remember that. But as you say, those symptoms at the end are over a period of hours. The warning symptoms a month leading up to that are often the associated medical conditions, like you mentioned, the hypertension, which doesn't really have a headache as the main symptom, by the way. That's a bit of a myth. Hypertension can give you dizziness, and it's referred to often as the silent killer because you don't know clinically that you've got high blood pressure. So you need to check routinely to diagnose it. That, and then uncontrolled sugar. I always speak about the 3 Ps, polyuria, when you're going to the loo too much, and getting up at night to go to the toilet more than 3 times or 4 times. When you're eating and you're not getting full, that's another one, polyphagia, and then obviously polyuria, polydipsia, and then thirst. When you're extremely thirsty and can't quench your thirst, those are warning signs, and deep energy slumps that your sugar could be a problem. So the one facilitates the other. And problems with sugar cause inflammation in the blood vessel wall that allows the fatty deposit from your high cholesterol to go and stick like Velcro on the inside of that wall.
Okay.
So thus it's important for us to control the sugar and the blood pressure and then the sedentary lifestyle of getting moving, because that will also then assist, obviously, with reducing inflammation in that system.
So just to quickly add to that, also the behavioral component of, you know, so you end up when you're have the symptoms. You say to your doctor, I don't feel great. However, the very same GP has been telling you over the last 5 years that your blood pressure is too high, you need to eat better, you need to, you know, engage in more physical activity, so on and so forth. But human nature as such, people don't just uptake healthy behaviors. Now, you know, Dr. Green used the term lifestyle. I don't like using that term because I'm a behavioral medicine specialist, and it's really all about behavior. You know, the doctor's behaving well. He or she's telling you this is what you really need to do. This is your kind of repertoire of what you should engage in, shouldn't engage in. But you as the patient doesn't, you know, you don't follow through, and then you end up in the acute phase where you kind of like on the deathbed. So, you know, it's really about what are the drivers over and above those sort of medical conditions.
Yes. All right.
Now, when it comes to that point where you now realize, oh, the cholesterol spiraled out of control, there's hypertension, what are some of the treatment plans when it comes to tackling the various things when it comes to heart disease? Because I know it leads to operations, and I suppose that is probably last resort that a doctor would want to go to.
Yes, so the first step is prevention. So primary prevention of strokes and heart disease involves increasing your physical activity level. We were speaking about the word physical activity. You're an expert in physical activity. I've seen you and sweat while watching you. So the issue with physical activity is it doesn't carry the same negative emotional load as exercise. For some people, the word exercise is a swear word. So,
no, none of that, please.
So physical activity also creates a different impression that you can increase the demand on the heart muscle and let it work harder and develop, obviously, the benefits of exercise in the other systems of the body just by increasing your activity level or rate, whether that's line dancing for old people, whether that's hiking on the weekend, whether it's walking to the shop or parking your car a little bit further.
Any movement, yeah.
Any movement benefits the joints, stimulates stem cell growth with pressure on the bones, and the cardiovascular system. That's the thing. So, you know, physical activity, obviously, right at the top of the list. Managing your comorbids or your non-communicable disease like hypertension and diabetes is essential. But what we're trying to do is not let you get there in the first place. And that involves, obviously, you know, being vigilant about your behaviors around things like salt intake, for example, with your blood pressure. And as South Africans, we love our spices on our choppies and braais. We love it. That all contributes to the problem, you know. And then medically, obviously, we look at controlling the blood pressure, controlling the sugar. And often you don't need medication to control those things if you change your behavior and your cognitions and your mindsets around the role of food in your life, the role of activity in your life, etc., etc. Then eventually, sometimes not everyone ends up on drugs, medical drugs, that is. So there's a lot we can do in that sense before getting to a place where you need stents and angiograms.
Absolutely, yeah. So as far as nutrition is concerned, because remember, nutrition and physical activity go hand in hand.
Yes.
So it's just actually quite simple, because you just have to remember, reduce your salt intake, reduce your sugar or cut it out completely, and fats. So, you know, the unhealthy fats. And, of course, tobacco smoking. It's a, you know, that's a zero, no. But, you know, you can reduce everything else, but you have to stop tobacco smoking. Yeah. absolutely. So just from the Heart and Stroke Foundation South Africa side, we have the Heart Healthy products, which is the Heart Mark, and Lucky Star is one example of that, where, you know, fish products. And so, you know, sort of consuming, exactly. Look out for the Heart Mark.
I love it. I'm getting educated and I'm loving this conversation. We're diving into some important things right now. Movement, changing your behavior and your relationship with food. But we're going to continue this conversation in just a bit and get to answer some of your questions on heart health and everything else. So don't go anywhere. Here's G with some more.
Yep, and definitely more inspiration on the way. Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, applaud and appreciate all pharmacies for recognizing self-care as a basic human right. Now, September is in fact a pharmacy month, so let us remember these incredible Brave heroes in our lives. Let's take a look at this week's Pharmacy of the Week, which happens to be Medicare Parkmore Pharmacy.
Our pharmacies are on the front line of healthcare. This is Pharmacy of the Week.
At the end of June, we started our vaccination campaign. We took on board the Pfizer vaccine, and remember at the end of June it was still the 60 and above age group. So it started off a bit slow because the national campaign had been running since the middle of May. Thereafter, the under 60s kicked in from the 1st of July, and from there it has just been fantastic just to have people and feet and arms through the pharmacy door into our clinic behind me, and we have vaccinated over 6,000 people to date in the last 2.5 months. The different age groups obviously kicked in, the 50s, the 35s, and now from 18 and above. But we took it one step further. We decided to put ourselves out there in the corporate space, and we have gone out to over 80 corporates in the last 2.5 months and vaccinated staffing of all different corporates out there. And it's just been rewarding and fulfilling just that we can play a part in getting our country vaccinated.
Pharmacy of the Week, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
Absolutely brilliant initiative recognizing amazing individuals that are here to support you living selflessly. Now, though, we are back on our Expresso stage with singer, songwriter, actor, and just all-round awesome human being, Yaki Lo, and he's serving us another track off his latest album, Die Yaki Lo Band, and this one is called, and I think this is going to hit you in the feels, especially for any parents out there, Droom met oop oë. Take it away.
Die wêreld is so groot, al is jy nog so klein. Baie avontuur, wag op jou en my. As dorings op jou pad, maar stap moet jy dit stap. Dit sal jou sterker maak. Beloof my net een ding, reg aan die begin van jou reis. Reg kry, kom en vertel my, ek sal jou glo met oop oë. Groter as wat jy is, jy moet aanhou glo beslis, daar's rose tussen die dorings. Al is die wêreld bitter soet, luister na goeie raad, daar's meer goed was kwaad. Beloof my net een ding, reg in die begin van jou reis. Droom met oop oor, my kind. Vlieg hoër as die wind. Dit reg kry, kom en vertel my, ek sal jou glo. As jy dit reg kry, kom en vertel my, ek sal jou glo, met oop oor.
I should have warned you, I'm a bit of a cry risk, I think, ever since my daughter's been born. That was beautiful, man.
So
Your daughters are a lucky, lucky duo having you in their life. Gentlemen, thank you so much. That was soft, it was beautiful, it was emotional, and hopefully you're feeling the same way. One more performance coming from the Yakilo Band. Don't go too far.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3. We are back with our specialists as we talk Heart Awareness Month and World Heart Day, which is officially tomorrow. Dr. Darren Green and Prof. Pamela Naidu, they are with us, and we've asked you to ask your questions on social media, and this is what you had to ask.
Yeah, so we had so many questions coming through, and our first one was from Jabulani. Now, you asked the question, what is the most vulnerable age for one that can get an experience or experience a heart attack? So, yeah, youngest age or the most vulnerable age to experience a heart attack, is there an answer to that?
Yeah, so I think that, you know, about 5 years ago, I would have said perhaps over the age of 45, you need to be, you know. But times have changed.
Yes.
And so we've seen that with COVID as well. Younger people are getting sicker. And so I think if you have a family history and you in your 35s, you know, between 35 and 40, you should really have your vitals checked, okay? But moreover, I think it's not just about like an age, it's about gender as well.
Okay.
You know, so women, for example, pre-menopause phase, menopausal and post-menopausal women have to be extra careful as well.
All right.
So, yeah, you know, it's not, so there's a range of ages, I would say.
Beautiful stuff, thank you.
Yeah.
Now we've got another one coming through, Jabulani, I hope they answered your question there. We've got one asking for a friend. I had COVID, bronchitis, then pneumonia about 2 months ago. Now I'm very well recovered, but once a day or even per night, I have a sleeping heart rate that spikes to 199. What can this be? Now, that's something I experienced on extreme exercise, which I don't think is quite normal, right, Doc?
No, it isn't. If you think about your maximal heart rate when you work it out, it's 220 minus your age in men and 200 minus your age in women. So a heart rate of 199 is not normal for anybody at rest. So I think that deserves to be looked at. The question is, what is happening before you measure that heart rate? Are you having a bad dream that you're running away from your dog? Or that someone's burgling your house? Etc. What are the conditions? And also the long-term effects of that COVID pneumonia and COVID bronchitis. Are you on any medications that could be causing an increase in your heart rate? Like, for example, things like sinus medication that can give you a tachycardia. Just a medical term for fast heart rate.
All right, okay, so definitely suggestion there is to go seek some professional.
Yes, I think start off with your general practitioner for a checkup, you know, looking at your heart rate, and they might even monitor your heart rate for 24 hours, looking at what happens during the day and night to look for associated symptoms and triggers.
Brilliant stuff. Now, Namoyo says, just thank you very much. And I think that's just for you guys here. We've got another one asking, how can I get rid of high cholesterol very fast? Can someone help me, please? So I think someone's heard some of the signs and symptoms and they're like, oh no, that's me. What can I do right now?
I think everyone wants a fast answer, but I don't think there is such a thing.
We want to undo like years of habits in like a week. We want to undo like 10 years of pies at the garage stop. in 10 days. No. And, you know, the quick answer is you can't reverse it quickly. Yes. It's a process. Obviously, there is a place for medication. The medication and the group of medications is very specific, and one's got to look at your what's called your lipogram, your fasting lipogram, looking at which fats you actually have a problem with, whether it's triglycerides or whether, obviously, it's your LDL or HDL, all these big words. But basically what that means, that will assist you in recognizing whether you would actually benefit from taking medication, and also the role that changing your diet might play in lowering those levels first. No medication is without risk and side effect. When we give a patient medication, we always ask the question, does the benefit outweigh the risk? So I look always, when looking at a patient holistically, to always try and advocate that.
Correct, yeah. So I think people who can afford to, and they are on medical aid, for example, seeing a dietitian is really helpful, because then they can tell you what foods have less cholesterol in them, so that you could also assist with the drug therapy medication. You can assist in bringing that cholesterol down.
I love that. But I do remember you did mention, of course, it was the salts and staying away from... There were 3 things you mentioned, right? It was salt, sugar
and fats.
And certain good fats is a good thing to start off with if you aren't experiencing any severe symptoms. But I got to thank you enough, Doc and the Professor. You guys have been absolutely incredible. I can't wait to learn some more from you, but I think you've really served Mzansi and I suppose put us a little bit of ease when it comes to our heart health and promoted it for the better. So have a beautiful day, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, and we're red tomorrow, okay? Well,
yes, red tomorrow. It's World Heart Health Day. Of course, we're celebrating everything good about it and raising awareness. But again, for you, Mzansi, thank you for joining us and choosing to get educated. And here's some more belly-feeding stuff for you to tuck into and keep that heart happy and healthy.
Yep, today we are wearing our hearts on our sleeve. Mushrooms are a favorite in Asian cuisine. And for today's heart-happy dish, we take some of these tasty and nutritious fungi, and they are fungi this morning, and create a mouth-watering stir-fry. I can say that because I've already had a taste. The dish is a delightful play on that beautiful sweet and sour combination with the perfect balance of spice. We've got the sesame seeds, add a little bit of texture. We've got some beautiful nuts being added into this ginger, infusing not only the flavor but also the heart benefiting ingredients found in the stir fry. So it's the perfect combo, and the perfect gal is going to be whipping it up for me. I love this. When we talk about the umami flavor profile, mushrooms are it. That's probably the easiest way to explain it to someone.
Absolutely.
This is gorgeous, and this is very Asian. I love this kind of Asian flavor profile.
Yes.
I'm kind of all gaga for sesame oil at the moment.
So I don't even have to do the Asian persuasion with you, because
No,
you are
don't.
sold.
I am persuaded. This is great. This is easy, and it's really good on the hearth, and that is thanks very much to our canola with olive oil from Be Well, which has got the Heart and Stroke Foundation stamp of approval, which ain't easy to get, and it's got it. And that is going to form the base, but I think people forget that the oil is what carries the flavor throughout the entire dish.
It does, and because you've got the canola in, it will come and heat up nice and fast.
So it gets also, that's a better smoking point.
Yes.
So you get the added bonus here, you get the flavor of the olive oil, but you get the smoking properties of the canola oil.
There we go. And now have a look at this. And this is a beautiful mix. This has got shimenji. It's got some of those beautiful porcini type mushrooms, and it's got some shiitakes.
I love that, and we are blessed to be able to get some beautiful mushrooms here.
Oh, thank
Have a little bit of
goodness.
fun, taste and get the nuance of the different kinds of flavors that you get. But this is flavor packed and infused. So I understand that the key here is our beautiful little marinade.
You have to marinate because mushrooms are like a sponge, and they soak it all up. And this here, nothing, no waste, not one time, because this is going right at the end, Graham.
Okay, so you can complete that flavor full circle. Okay, so what's going into our beautiful marinade here? Because I'm going to mix that up for you right now.
So we've got some lime juice, some tamari, which is less salty, which is very good for your heart. I mean, I eat salt like
it's similar
candy,
to
it's
soy,
bad.
hey,
Oh,
tamari,
absolutely,
but it's,
no,
it's
totally.
just a little bit less sodium.
And then honey, beautiful honey brings a balance in.
That's umami as
I
well,
want to tell you
hey?
that is so umami. And some sesame oil, which is a little bit temperamental like a lady, so keep it in a dark place. I'm being serious.
Look
Buy
after
small
it.
bottles, absolutely.
Look after your
And then
sesame
ginger,
oil.
chili flakes, give it some nice depth, a little bit of heat. Num-num,
Okay, so
and a bit of cumin.
So this is the sweetener. You could use agave, you could use
Maple syrup, brown sugar. Look at this. Look at this.
Because it's all
baby.
about that balance, hey?
Totally.
Oh, and look how that sauce is like caramelizing almost.
Caramelizing beautifully. I'm going to
Cumin
stir
going
in
in.
my... oh, look at that, Graham.
Flakes. Beautiful. And I
sticking.
suppose the watchword here with a stir fry is you flash cooking it. So you're not removing all of the healthy nutrients, the benefits of it.
No, definitely not. And I'm just going to pop this aside like this. Normally what you could do is you could put the mushrooms in, and you take them all about, and you googie, you know what I say? But I'm putting them all in at the same time.
Simply do it. Just throw them in there, nice hot pan.
Yes.
Let them flash fry.
And then I'm going to put some spring onions in now, and I'm going to keep some for the topping, okay? Look at that.
I'm sneaking just a little taste of this.
Such a little thief. Oh, Graham, look at this.
Goodness.
Isn't it? It just
I'm
makes
putting
your
this in a
mouth...
container. I'm taking it
take
home
it
with me. That is beautiful.
Does it get more delicious and beautiful than this? Come on, talk to me. Look at
Look
that.
at the colors, the vibrancy.
So vibrant.
And I got a full-on chili flake in my throat.
That's all right. I'll do that talking for 2 minutes. See this?
And the broccolini, I love that as well. The flavor profile.
Stems
are the way to go. It's
Oh,
younger,
yes.
it's fresh, it's also jam-packed with nutrients.
Oh, yes.
And I think with a stir fry, the key is the textural element. So the fact that we've got some cashew nuts going in there, some beautiful spring onions.
Protein
Magic.
from the nuts as well. It's a healthy
Exactly,
protein.
all the healthy oils. And I think, speaking of the healthy oils, the Be Well canola and olive oil blend is obviously jam-packed with unique benefits of the Be Well canola oil combined with the lovely taste profile of carefully selected extra virgin olive oils to produce a quality oil with a beautiful olive taste profile. And it's made exclusively using locally sourced GMO-free canola oil, which is another massive badge of pride, I think. You can find this recipe on expressoshow.com along with all of the amazing recipes, heart-healthy recipes we've made today. I had a little taste, and I'm dying for another little taste. Please.
Should I do the mommy thing?
Please.
Because we're social distance. Look at that. Is that good? And a nut?
And a nut, because I'm
There
nuts.
we go, you're nuts, and I'm nuts about you, so I'm going to just give you a little bit more. I'm not
My
going to give you the
goodness.
broccolini because it's just too big to put in your mouth.
While we try and fit the broccolini into my mouth, you guys can take a look at how we created this beautiful Asian-inspired stir-fry.
Yummy, mommy.
It's so good.
So good.
Now, we may be over a month away from commemorating Movember, but Mzansi, don't worry, because the month is almost upon us and we are going to be celebrating something even more special, and that's our singer, our songwriter, and our actor, Yaki Lo, and he's about to perform our last song this morning, and we are going to appreciate our mustaches and yours as well in a way that you will not forget. Now, this one is coming off his latest album from the Yaki Lo band, and this title, of course, is called Vini Snorni Skorni. Take it away, Yaki.
A magnet BI, Freddy, maak gereed. 'n mooie neus moet jy altyd onderstreep. Hou net op, staar na my lip, lapa. Dis nie vir jou nie, dis mos vir haar. Dis 'n snor. Wie nie snor nie, skor nie. Ha, dis 'n snor. Ek was nooit so hardcore nie, as met my snor. My lipmasjien sal jou vir altyd veilig hou. Ek's nie die polisie nie, net 'n gewone ou. Ek weet dit lyk mooi en heel interessant. Daar's geen woele glad hier in die platteland. Dis 'n snor. Wie nie snor nie, skor nie. Ha, dis 'n snor. Ek was nooit so hardcore nie, as met my snor. My snor. Maak die klas, op de tas, hou my bietjie stywer vas. Koffiefilter, vat 'n sluk, by donker bole maak jou skrik. Kry 'n kam, maak 'n plan, jy steek jy jou skeermes op te hang. Stories back, don't look back, staan op aandag, wys respek. Dis 'n snor. Wie nie snor nie, skor nie. Ha, dis my snor. Ek was nooit so hardcore nie. Yeah, as met my snor. 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 Snor.
Absolutely love it. Yaki Lo is band, of course. And I'm impressed because the moustache actually stayed on.
Okay, it's going now.
Snore. Man, from his latest album, that was an absolute banger. You guys did not want to miss it. So much to laugh about, so much to celebrate, and just to have some fun. Guys, I can't thank you enough for being in the studio with us, entertaining us. Big round of applause. Thank you, Bow. Absolutely winning. Mzansi, what a show we had. Thank you so much for joining in all the magic. Let's see what the rest of the team's up to.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, you're back. Amy Jones is still hanging out with us for our Expresso Tuesday karaoke, and she is certainly taking us to church this morning with what a beautiful name it is. I love that. Davisa, do you know the song?
This is one of my favorite church songs. I feel that every service is like a full service that leaves me with my cup running over with yes when this song is sang.
So let's get into that yes-ness.
Yes.
What a beautiful name it is.
You were the word at the beginning. One with God, the Lord Most High. Your hidden glory in creation. Now revealed in you are Christ. What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ, my King. What a beautiful name it is. Nothing compares to this. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus.
Yes.
Didn't want heaven without us. So Jesus, you brought heaven down. My sin was great, your love was greater. What could separate us now? What a wonderful name it is. What a wonderful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ, my King. What a wonderful name it is. Nothing compares to this. What a wonderful name it is. The name of Jesus. What a wonderful name it is. The name of Jesus.
What a wonderful name. What a wonderful name. I love it. Wow,
Thank
Amy
you,
Jones.
Amy Jones. That
Thank
voice, that verse. We didn't even try to come in on that verse.
No.
We were like, let you
We
have
took
your
in the
way.
blessings
We took in the
of this
blessings. Thank you
beautiful-
so much.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you for joining me. Amy Jones, she still has a brand new single called I Think I'm in Love With You. Check it out on all social media platforms, also on all streaming platforms. Amy Jones!
And tag us on videos of
Yay.
yourselves at home singing along to this song. How's that?
Beautiful stuff. Thank you so much to the incomparable Amy Jones. She really is hitting her straps at the moment. And likewise, a very big thank you to the man who brought us to tears. You made us laugh. You made us cry. You gave us the snore.
I want to be in the, can I be in the Yakilo band?
Yeah, sure. You look the part.
Yes! I just
No, I'm winning.
I just can't get over the fact that Australians are going to be looking at that album cover like, why must the Yakilo band die? Die, Yakilo band, die. We absolutely love it. I have no doubt this is going to be as successful as everything else you've released, and your fans are going to love it and soak it up. Most importantly, your kids are going to love it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Beautiful. It was a beautiful, from one dad to another dad. We've loved having you here. Thank you so much, my brother. We love you guys
We've loved having
just
you.
as much. We'll see you tomorrow. Adios.
Bye.
Snore.
Here's to the season of sunny breakfasts, healthy